that you have no control over. Now, for you, because you're a super control freak, as you mentioned, you've got to be able to balance between what you can and can't control. Because if we get caught up trying to fix the things that we have no control of, we lose all of our energy. And how you can get around that, as you mentioned before, you can do project planning. You can manage your pace. You can control your balance. You can do planning. You can do research. And also in this planning phase, you need to avoid burnout.
Yeah.
And so that's where the extrovert, introvert part of you says, I need some me time. So a couple of the obstacles, and all of us have obstacles. And this is where a lot of goal setting goes wrong. People set a goal and go, wow, I'm going to earn $1 million this year. Nothing's going to go wrong. What happens? You set a goal for $1 million and everything that could go wrong goes wrong. And that's part of the journey. So for you, obstacles are going to include manpower, clients, industry, and also for you, first time on the project. And then secondly, it's having nobody to hold you accountable. And sometimes we need not just accountability for the things that we say we're going to do. We also need to have accountability for the things that we should be saying no to. That's just as important because, as you mentioned before, you could just go, and have no me time and you'll get burned out. So somebody has to hold you accountable and say, Marissa, no, enough's enough. And so that's where we get to the next part of your plan is the first thing that you have to do is you've got to block out me time.
Yes.
See how it all comes down to one action. And one new idea at the right time is enough to change your life. Okay, how do you feel about your plan moving forward?
Great. Step one in the right direction.
Okay, this is where we get really deep into DISC, and I want to spend a few more moments with you because you mentioned some interesting things. And because of DISC, I can help you accelerate really quickly. Are you ready to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so eyes on the screen. First of all, you mentioned before bipolar. So now what can happen is our DISC style natural can be different to our DISC style adapted. And what you'll feel at times is you'll feel this bipolar nature because your natural style is DI, high D, high I. And then your adapted style, notice what happens here. Your I style remains the same, but that D style drops away. Now, it drops by around about 36 points. Now, when our DISC styles drop by about 10% or 10 points, we're going to notice a significant difference in our personality. But when it drops by 36 points from natural to adapted, you'll experience a totally different personality. Where you might have been more introverted, you'll become more extroverted. Does it make sense?
Yes.
So that's where that first challenge is coming from. And it's something that you'll have to learn to manage because you also see this big shift in your S style here. From your natural style on the right to your adapted style on the left, the S style energy increases by 26 points. And what will happen is under stress, you'll actually not move faster, you'll actually slow down.
Yes.
You felt that before?
Yes, very much. So I used to think that because accountability is so huge for me, I guess like I've been doing quite a little bit of some work on myself. So I realized that there's like some trauma and things like that. So approval is very important. So I kind of like mistake it for when I work in a group, I tend to want to be accountable to the group so much that if there are like 10 people on it, they're running at different paces, I get disappointed. And I think that's when the I comes in. When I work, it becomes social. What do the masses want? And then I don't get expressed as a person. And yes, so it's a vicious cycle in that sense.
So this is where it comes from.
Yeah.
Your natural style, you want to move really fast. So when we have a look at this natural style, here I'm just going to clean up this page a little bit. Don't you love this, what you can learn in just a short period of time? So
That's great.
what you can see here is your natural style is fast, 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 fast. So all of those styles are fast, fast, fast. However, over here, it's like medium, fast, medium, and like super fast. So on the right-hand side, you have consistency of speed. But when your adaptive style comes along and you're under moderate stress, tension, and fatigue, your pace and consistency is all over the place. Now I'm moving at a medium pace to solve problems and challenges. I'm still moving at a fast pace with people and contacts. Now when it comes to relationships and the pace of the environment, I'm going at a medium pace. But when it comes to dealing with policy and constraints, I'm going so fast that I'm probably making huge errors. I'm making too many decisions intuitively, but not spending enough time to actually go through all the details. And then you'll probably find you make a ton of mistakes after that.
Yeah. That's
True.
some hot water there.
So my friend, in summary, you do need a lot of coaching around here to balance out this style. And you need things like NLP so you can overcome those past traumas. Because past traumas can impact our personality style. We're busy, we're working, we try to block out these past traumas by getting busy with work. But when we actually get to slow down and do the things that we love, like art, these past traumas often come up to the surface. And you're like, why am I dealing with this stuff when I should be enjoying myself? And so what's the answer? Go back to work and then get burned out and blame it on burnout.
Sounds tiring.
How long have you done that for?
Quite some time actually. So like it's how do you say, it's got adrenaline in it. So I guess that's what's been keeping me alive and excited.
Yep. So there's some work to do. And if you work on these things over the next year, then what you'll find is that you'll achieve your goals and you'll do it easily because you won't be fighting against yourself internally. So when there's an opportunity for you to come and learn NLP with me, make sure you do it because we can deal with those past traumas. Okay. Now, what's one thing you learned in this hot seat session? What's your takeaway?
I think the biggest thing is to say no. And but there's so many things that I learned. Thank you very much, Daniel. Like I read the report and I never knew you could read it that way, that how my natural self has whatever it takes to actually be a very like high potential and help me, like it can help me reach my goals and whatever ambitions that I set up for myself. It's the perfect combination. However, like all the other stuff in the way is not so cool. And I can't imagine scoring less than 2, like such a low mark. I mean, the DME is like, what? Only 2 for the
And this is what
portion?
George was talking about before. George is in my mastermind, and in our mastermind, we give all of our students access to this disc technology. And I teach you how to read this, both for yourself and for your family and friends. And since George has learned to do this, he's acquired 18 customers this month, $200 per hour, and also Boston Consulting Group has reached out to him and said, we want you to come and consult our people. And so there's so much to learn about DISC. There's so much that you can see on the surface. And as we teach you what's below the surface, you can have some massive breakthroughs. And this is why our people in our mastermind grow so fast, because what I can show you in a couple of minutes, Marissa, takes most people 20 or 30 years to try to figure out without their support or without help. So when we get the opportunity, we'll go deeper. Well done. Top job.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Thanks,
Are you
Daniel.
enjoying this, ladies and gentlemen? Go to the chat box. Tell me, what have you learned? What did you learn from that coaching session? You might have even noticed some of your own challenges in Marissa's story. You might have said, that's my story. Because this often happens, and this is the importance of doing group work like this. You'll hear other people's stories and you'll go, oh my gosh, that's the same problem. And if they're solving it, then what you do is you go to the source, you come and work with me directly, and we solve that problem, bang, problem gone, and then you succeed. Tracy, it was interesting about the bipolar. Yeah, a lot of people have been diagnosed as bipolar, which is a personality disorder. It's being from here to there. However, when we look at DISC, instead of giving a diagnosis and saying you're bipolar, we say it's your approach, or it's how you're putting energy into this area. And once you learn things like NLP, you can balance yourself back out and those problems disappear. So what have you learned so far? Go to the chat box, tell me. What have you learned so far? What have you learned? Belief in self. Absolutely. Well, let me tell you a story. This is Janet, one of my favorites. She was 60 years old and she had felt like she'd made a mistake. See, she had started a new business. She was scammed and then she went bankrupt. And she knew that she didn't have much time to make the money back. Now, when she found out about my accelerator program, she decided to try it out. And it was everything she needed. It was guidance, it was mentorship, it was ideas from experts who understood what she was going through. She was in a community of leaders who could offer her support when she needed it the most. And she learned sales skills to increase her income. Now, within months, Janet had doubled her sales from 50,000 to in excess of 100,000 per month. And then she paid for her mastermind education just in 1 month. So let me ask you, who would love to double their income? Imagine earning 50,000 a month and now earning 100,000 per month. There's people out there doing it every single day. But you know what stops people from getting what they want? Point to this. What stops people from getting what they want? Point to this. It's the mindset, isn't it? We become our own worst enemies. So, as we start to become more successful, we've got to have a look out there into the future. We've got to have a look at where things could go right. But most of the time as humans, we don't want to look at things that could go wrong. However, we've got to explore what could go wrong. Because if we can see something and predict it happening, we can make corrective action today. Is that true? True. So, who here has heard of Quitter's Day? Have you heard of Quitter's Day? They say that the average person quits on their goals 19 days from now. So for the majority of you, you're going to set a goal and you'll already quit on your goal within 19 days. It's true, isn't it? It's happened to all of us. Now, this happens because the way that they think. It's not because they're a bad person. They quit because the way they think. See, in business, 71% of the decisions that you make are going to be wrong. Lots of things are going to go wrong, but it's no excuse to quit. Is that fair enough? See, the economy is going to change. Your competition is going to become more aggressive. Your customers are going to abandon you, and you're going to start to doubt yourself. And you must be able to see your future in order to predict it. So my question is, how do you get ready for the unexpected? How do you get ready for the unexpected? Well, firstly, you've got to be part of a mastermind. You've got to be ahead of the game, and you have to have somebody to hold you accountable. Like Marissa. She knows she's got to learn to say no. And you can't hold yourself accountable. I could be the world's best brain surgeon, but could I operate on my own brain? Yes or no? I could be the world's best brain surgeon. Can I operate on my own brain? Yes or no? No. Just like accountability. You can't hold yourself accountable. Like when you press the snooze button in the morning, you said you were going to hold yourself accountable, yet you pressed the snooze button. So let's have a look at some of the things that could go wrong. So let's go back to that fork in the road. And when you're ready, I want you to go ahead and I want you to put on your headset. Go ahead, put on your headset, And I want you to remove all of the distractions. And I want you to sit back and relax. And when you're ready, just go ahead and sit back, relax, and close your eyes. And I want you to take a big deep breath in through your nose. And let it out through your mouth. Relax. Taking a big deep breath in through the nose. And let it out through the mouth. Relax. 3. Taking a big deep breath in through your nose. And letting it out through your mouth. Relax. And think about standing in front of a pathway. The left side leading in one direction. The way that you are currently traveling in life. With all of your fears. With all of your doubts. Now, the left side leads to a dark future. If you would just hold on to your doubts, if you would just hold on to your painful memories, and if you failed to believe in yourself. And now examine your life living in fear. Your life with doubts. Examine your life as a nobody. No one to hold you accountable. No support. Doing it all alone. And float out into your future. Take the left path, meaning to have a negative mindset. Taking the wrong action and repeating mistakes. How will your future be 1 month from now? And just notice how disappointing it feels. Continue a year out into your future. You've taken the wrong path. There's no one by your side. No one to ask for help. No one for support. You're making and breaking your own promises. You're repeating mistakes and doing the wrong things. And even becoming a disappointment to your family. And how will your future be 1 year from now? And just begin to notice how disappointing it feels. Continue 10 years out into your future. Take the left path, being left out, lacking confidence, people looking down on you, no one believing in you, no one supporting you. And how will your future be 10 years from now? And just begin to notice how painful it feels. Continue all the way out into your future, to the very end of your life. There's more fear. There's more pain. You've lived in your comfort zone. You've never achieved stability. You've never gained financial stability. and nobody remembers your name. And just begin to notice how painful it feels. Is that the life that you want? Holding on to all of that pain? Hold on to all of that disappointment. And I want you to come all the way back to now. And as you come back to now, can you see how you're living your life? It is not healthy for you. Doubting and second-guessing yourself, lacking discipline, is not healthy for you. Can you start to see where life, your life, could go wrong? And can you start to see how failing to act now is going to ruin your future? And that's not the future you want, is it? And as I count to 3, you'll open your eyes, knowing that is not a risk that you're prepared to take. Excellent. And when you're ready, come back to now. 1, 2, 3. Welcome back. Okay, go to the chat box, let me know. Where does life go wrong for you? Go to the chat box. Let me know, where did you see it going wrong for you? Where did it go wrong? Tracy, that was too painful. There's some hard truths in that exercise, isn't there? So where did it go wrong for you? Go to the chat box. What did you see taking place that you know, knowing what you now know, is not healthy for you? Helen, I saw myself committing suicide. I was getting messaged on Facebook today. A young woman, she messaged me. She said, Daniel, I want to end my life. Every time I set a goal, I never achieve it. Every time I get into a relationship, I'm taken advantage of. I get abused. And I want to end my life. And we've got to start to see how our limitations can really hold us back. Raj, not changing the mindset and direction. Marissa, when I couldn't get all my project to its full potential. Milan, maintaining limiting beliefs and a lack of action. I didn't step out of my comfort zone. Rinza, not taking action due to self-doubt. Excellent. You're starting to get it, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent. Well, it's time for a break. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a break now. And I want you to come back in 15 minutes. And our next session, session number 5, starts at 3 p.m. Enjoy your break, and I'll see you back here in 15 minutes from now.
I am Ting Meng Chua, and I'm a trainer and training manager. So at the moment, I am doing some research, and also I've learned some skill in timeline therapy, which I am applying now for helping some colleagues, some friends, and so on, to help them overcome their anger and their fear and so on as well. So for the moment, my challenges is about getting more clients, help them in the sense that in their blockages, their challenges. So that's the benefit I have got from this class is actually understand myself better, and also removing some of my blockages personally. So that's where I'm starting to move forward in my life.
Hi, I'm Gerard, and I help people to grow their money. Now, I just gone through a very excellent exercise with Daniel and Nini, where I get to see the wheel of life, my wheel of life. And so such a surprising to know and understand the shape came out like an elephant, but it helps me to identify where is my lowest gap and my strongest gap. And by identifying this, it allows me to work on the weakest area of my life and turn it into such a great area by applying all the positive learnings that I have in my strongest area to create the life that I can live life on my terms.
Hi, my name is Teresa Wong. I'm a profession as a life planner. I did a navigational coaching together with Nini. At first, a bit nervous because facing about 80 students or classmates at the same time for the first time. However, through the navigational coaching and through the questions that being asked by Nini, I'm able to focus more and know what is the next step I need to take, especially for the next coming 24 hours. And I'm looking forward to increase another 130% of my sales in 3 to 6 months' time. Thank you.
Hi, I'm George Kong. My current work is business transformation. I work with a number of clients across ASEAN. Prior to attending this course with Daniel, I want to transition into a coach and mentor full-time. So moving from consulting to coach and mentoring. So that's my goal, attending 100x DNA with Daniel. So during this time frame with Daniel, I've learned a lot of tools, a lot of techniques. I learned a lot about myself, on how to improve myself and also become a good coach and mentor. Tools and knowledge I've gained really help me with engaging with my clients on a day-to-day basis and also support them to improve and be successful. So it's been great experience with Daniel and I would recommend it to anyone. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Ramesh Zaidi. I'm from Johor Bahru, the southern state in Malaysia. My professional job is I'm an associate professor in a university in the southern of Johor. And just now I had the opportunity to be on the hot seat for timeline therapy. And the best thing that I experienced was going through the learning process, which I extracted from what I've learned. And I feel that this timeline therapy has given me the better way of looking at issues and problems, which it guides me to look back on how I can learn from certain problems or issues. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Peter Wies. I'm since 20 years in Malaysia, originally from Switzerland. I'm doing mega projects here in Malaysia, Southeast Asia actually. So the reason I'm here is when I met Daniel, I felt very comfortable. And my goal is to expand my business from being in projects into project mentoring on a global scale. So that obviously is quite a challenge for me, or it was. When I met Daniel and 100x DNA, I learned a lot about myself, how to overcome my challenges and improve my attitude to this whole business. And I learned a lot during the sessions, but as well the group, the supporting team is fantastic. So basically the get together and the learning from each other and the way Daniel is conveying the messages is down to earth, very practical, useful, and that gives me the leverage to achieve my goal, what I want to do for this year particularly, and of course in the nearest future.
My main purpose of joining 100x DNA, definitely to invest in myself. Previously, before joining 100x, I feel nervous, full of anxiety in all events. It has transformed me from a shy to what I want to know more about myself. And Daniel's unwavering effort, he always goes above and beyond for his students. And I'm very proud to be one of his students. I may not be his best student, which I try to be, and I hope to be, and continuing to be his student is actually an honor for me. There's so much more than just attending a course. Because for me, over the years of working, I've attended many courses, but not in this manner. There's that human touch that makes the difference, that makes me put in that effort to improve myself more than I know I can be, and also to unleash the potential that I feel I have inside, but it has been dormant all the while. This time round, this extension is just lighting the flame again. Lighted it 2 years ago, and I have been following, although it doesn't mean it ends after the course ends. because it's just studying and not implementing. So for all future students, if I have a way to reach out to you and tell you, join and never hesitate. It will be your best decision you ever made. And I'm glad I made that decision 2 years ago, and I'm very glad I'm here today to meet them live in person. It's, like I said again earlier, an investment in yourself, which you will be sure you're glad you took the leap into 100x DNA. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, my name is Maswati Madamin. I'm a veterinarian that retired from the Department of Veterinary Services. My goal is to open up my own veterinary clinic, but due to doubt, fear and limiting belief, I procrastinate and hesitate to open up the clinic. But after attending the Daniel's Tolson 100x DNA Masterclass, I've become more confident and I have my belief, and I've decided to pursue with my dreams of opening up my own veterinary clinic. So now I've already opened it, and like what Daniel has said, is that you don't have to be perfect to do to pursue your dreams, and just go for it, just do the action. And this is what I'm doing, and now I'm opening it for already about 5 days, and I hope that I can do better with the challenges, and with the help of 100x DNA Masterclass, I will make it as a good investment for me and for my family, and earn the incomes that I expected. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sabrina Sundaraj. I've been with Daniel and on this journey since 2020. Learning from Daniel Tolson has been a hugely transformative experience for me, and today's session just reinforced that. It was like a revision at the same time, a learning of new points, new ways of looking at the same thing. And I love that about Daniel and Nini. They always make you think of new ways of refreshing yourself and going forward with your life. And this is where I think 100x DNA today has done extremely well for me and also my colleagues. They look different, they look more confident, they're much more outgoing than they were before the course. So I'm really grateful and I'm thankful that I could be here today to enjoy this session and learn once more. Thank you so much.
Hello, I'm DC Lim. I'm in the repair industry. I met Daniel last year, joined on this program, 100x DNA Masterclass, right? I can better understand myself through DISC, and then I can use that to align my goal, and then more easy achieve to my goal. And that at the same time, through on this, right, I can use this knowledge, right, communicate to my team, and more help me to manage my APAC teams.
Hello, my name is Thanakon from Bangkok, Thailand. I'm in international food trade business. I met Daniel 2 years ago in 100x DNA class, and it's quite interesting because at that time I don't have any goal before, and I struggle a lot with expanding my team, my business, entrepreneurial journey. And the thing I think I really achieved is I know people more. I mentioned a lot about people managing, and it's kind of skills that hardly find out there. So yeah, once I achieved it, everything is crazy. It's really good for my life, for my family, and yeah. Today I'm enjoying his live event, and it's really much more interesting because we can feel, we can know much more. So I'm invite you guys to join. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Raha. I'm from Johor Bahru. I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, I'm very glad and happy that I'm here today. Finally meeting Daniel and Nini face to face, because all this while over the past 2 years, is already online. Okay, the takeout that I got today is actually when we have these NLP tools and especially the predicates that I learned today, I feel that it's very useful for us in meeting people like myself. I'm doing sales, so this is very important for every salesperson to have that with your hands in meeting people. So I really encourage you out there to really join Daniel Tolson 100x DNA Masterclass because it's really, really worth it for all of us. And I'm here today. I'm really happy with that I've joined and Daniel, and I'm thankful for him. Okay, right. Thank you.
I met Daniel 2 years ago. At that time, I don't have any goal, and I struggle a lot with expanding my team, my business, entrepreneurial journey.
And what we say is with 100x DNA, you have so much DNA that your DNA could be stretched out from where you are today.
Learning from Daniel Tolson has been a hugely transformative experience for me.
I've become more confident, have my belief, and I've decided to pursue with my dream.
Understand myself better and also removing some of my blockages personally.
And it's really wonderful because it helps me a lot on learning, particularly on going through the processes.
So as coaches, you always want to test your intuition, because when you listen to your intuition and you act on it, you'll find that you get things right.
I feel that it's very useful for us in meeting people like myself. I'm doing sales, so this is very important.
Through on this, right, I can use this knowledge, right, communicate to my team.
The way Daniel is conveying the messages is down to earth, very practical, useful, and that gives me the leverage to achieve my goal.
Really helped me with engaging with my clients on a day-to-day basis and also support them to improve and be successful.
It allows me to work on the weakest area of my life by applying all the positive learnings that I have in my strongest area.
And right now, I'm at the point of my life where I am able to think further.
He always goes above and beyond for his students, and I'm very proud to be one of his students.
This is where I think 100x DNA today has done extremely well for me and also my colleague.
This is the best investment I've ever made in my life.
It will be your best decision you ever made.
Everybody wants to perform at their best. Everybody wants to have more time off. And everybody wants to make a lot more money, including you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to session number 5. Now, session number 5 is going to go from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. And I'm very excited that you're here with me at 100x DNA Masterclass today. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce our next guest speaker. They have been a part of my 100x DNA Accelerator Mastermind for the past few months, and I've had the privilege of witnessing their transformation firsthand. Today, they'll be sharing with you their journey towards overcoming challenges and achieving success. Through their experience, you will learn about the power of being in a mastermind and how it can lead to a better life fast. Get ready to be inspired as we hear about their journey and the lessons they have learned along the way. Would you please put your hands together and welcome my good friend, Calvin's Tan. Welcome.
Yes, good morning, Coach Daniel, and good morning to all the participants in the room. Welcome to Mastermind.
Good to see you there. How you doing?
Good. Awesome.
Excellent.
It's an awesome day.
Beautiful. Whereabouts are you in the world today?
Yeah, I'm in Penang, Malaysia.
Penang.
In my office right now, although it's Saturday.
Did I tell you my grandfather used to live in Penang?
Is it?
He lived in
you
Butterworth.
said that you love to come to Penang. Yes.
Yeah, that was my first international holiday. So I was 10. It must have been 1990, and my grandfather had been stationed in Butterworth in the Royal Australian Air Force. So he brought me over. The first thing he took me to was to the Snake Temple, and they covered me in the snakes. That was the first one. And then the second one, they took me to the Tolson Festival.
Oh, okay. 1990, a secret. I only 3 years old that time.
There you go. You've revealed your real age. A gentleman never shares his age. Okay, my friend. Well, thank you for being here. You were in on this journey last year. And a lot of our friends today, they're just starting their journey at 100x DNA Masterclass. Before you joined my mastermind, what were some of the goals that you had before you joined that mastermind?
Yeah, my goal is to actually continue to achieve higher sales volume myself in financial industry as a salesperson. My goal is to achieve at least 10,000 monthly income in Malaysia.
So you had a goal, 10,000 monthly income in Malaysia. And what were some of the challenges that you were facing at that stage, and how did that impact your life?
I always have doubt in closing skills, always having some problems that the prospect will say, hey, thank you so much, Kevin, for advice and sharing. Let me think about it and come back to you once I need it. It actually impact my efficacy in closing sales and achieving the sales volume that I desire to.
Anybody else had that before? You present your product and service, people smile at you and they go, thank you so much. And they never call back. Now, since joining the accelerator, what have been some of the improvements that you've experienced, and how quickly did you start to see improvements in your performance?
Yeah. So after joining the mastermind, I actually understand better about my DISC behavior, which is coach. So from there, I understand why I behave the way I am, because I bring the coach mindset to do my sales approach, and how I can actually really using my strength of coach to maximize the potential of my life after the mastermind. And by learning together with a group of mastermind classmates in the group, I started to shift my approach to be a financial wellness coach and start practicing the coaching skill set I learned to help my client to improve their financial wellness. Not just about that, after my mastermind, actually, I get to know my one of my classmates is Sabrina Sandraj. So myself and Sabrina actually, we started a series of coaching sessions, collaborations, and aim to establish an academy to benefit the community. This is what we are doing now in the pipeline.
I love it. That little bit of awareness, if you heard what Calvin said then, is when he had a look at his DISC report, and we're going to explore this tomorrow, it explains our style. So he has a coach style in his DISC, and he was taking that coaching approach into selling. But although it's a nice approach, it wasn't getting him the results that he wanted. So sometimes our DISC style might not be suited for what we're doing. So we've got to learn then to adapt, adjust and respond. And that's that flexibility we spoke about this morning. You know, Calvin's, I had the same problem. My DISC style too was coach. And I always found that I was great at coaching, but for some reason I couldn't sell. And the reason is when I'd get onto a call with people, a sales call, I would coach them through the problem. By the end of the conversation, they'd say, Daniel, this is incredible. You're the best coach ever. If I ever need a coach, I'll come back to you. And because I solved their problem, they never came back. So you and I have both experienced the same challenge.
Problem.
Same one. Now, we've had a lot of people ask about our mastermind today. They've been messaging me saying, what's this all about? What would you advise somebody who was considering joining the mastermind? And I haven't told them about it yet, but I'll tell them about it soon. What would you advise for anybody considering the mastermind?
Well, for me, lifelong learning is a core value that I believe everyone should embrace with, right? When we learn the right mindset, skill sets, and understand better about ourselves, we'll have higher chance to maximize our life potential. Live with no regrets, make your life worth more. Furthermore, that through the mastermind community, actually, I get to learn from different people from different industry. Actually, we gather experience. Actually, it helps us in our self-improvement. Not even just about coaching industry, in our own financial industry, sales industry. Also, it helps us a lot to groom us better. So I will encourage everyone to actually really think about it later on. I will encourage you to be part of the community because there will be a group of positive-minded people and resources to help you to maximize your life potential. And let's be the best version of ourselves.
Community is so important. My brother, thank you for taking time out of your busy day, and we appreciate you coming and saying hello. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
ladies and
Daniel.
gentlemen, say thank you to Calvin's. So there's other people out there achieving great results, the same things that you want to achieve. And what we say is if you just do what successful people do, you're going to get the same result. So welcome to session number 5. Let me ask you this question. Who's going to launch their business the fastest? Is it the person who tries to do it all alone and no support? Or is it the person who has a team of people behind them to support them? Who do you think is going to launch their business first? The person with no support or the person who's built a team of people? Rachel, the person who's built a team of people. Joseph, the person who's built a team of people. Excellent. Now, just out of curiosity, why do you say a team of people? Go to the chat box. I'd like to understand why you believe it's the one with a team of people. Raj, with support, the person with support, the person with a team. Milan, a team of people. You can't do everything yourself. Excellent. Let me ask you this question. Who's going to be able to build their team of people the fastest? Who's going to be able to build their team of people the fastest? The person who has no leadership skills or the person who has leadership skills and experience? Who's going to be able to build their team of people the fastest? Who's it going to be? Joseph, a person with leadership skill and experience. Why is it the person with leadership skills and experience will be able to build their team the fastest? I'm interested to know why. I'd like you to share your thoughts on why it's the person with the leadership skills and experience. Why would it be that person? They've done it before. Joseph, people will listen to them. Yes, they're a role model. Absolutely beautiful. Well, welcome to session number 5. In session 5, after completing this training, you'll be able to uncover the root cause of your fear of making a mistake. You'll be able to communicate your DISC style strengths, and you'll develop a strategy to break through limitations quickly. Now, this is Sarah. Sarah was confused about her direction and life's purpose, and she'd been raising her children. She'd been working in network marketing, and she still hadn't found what she'd been looking for. Now, Sarah told me 3 things. She said, Daniel, I want to be able to help people. Who here would like to help other people? Give me a me in the chat box. Secondly, she said, I want to be held accountable so I don't quit too soon. Who here would love somebody to hold them accountable so they didn't quit too soon? Remember what Marissa said before? She's got to learn to say no. What did Tracy say? I shouldn't quit too soon. See, there's other people out there with the same challenges. And she also said the third thing, I want to be in a community of like-minded people. What did Calvin say? What he loves about the mastermind is he's in a group of like-minded people. Now, Sarah joined my mastermind. She found her community, she found her tribe, she increased her income, and today she's a professional coach. And she's impacting tens of thousands of lives globally thanks to what she learned in my mastermind. And this is what Sarah's got to say.
Are you ready? Hi, I'm Sarah Morgan and I've just done Perform at Your Best. Been here for all weekend, broke through so many challenges, really loved meeting all the people that are here. They're my tribe, they are exactly on the same journey I'm on, and if you want to be on the journey, you can come along too and come out the other side with your dreams and the pathway to do it.
Wow, isn't that excellent? So let me ask you, who here would love to become a leader? Would you like to become a leader? Excellent. Well, there's a couple of things we've got to learn about leadership. First of all, leaders don't make excuses. That's the first thing. So go to the chat box and type in no excuses. Go to the chat box and type in no excuses. The one thing you'll learn about all leaders is they make no excuses. If somebody makes excuses, they're not a leader. Leaders don't make excuses. So I don't know if you know this about me, but I always wanted to become a doctor. And when I was young, my mum asked me, she said, Daniel, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I said, Mum, I'd love to become a doctor. Now I had this picture in my mind of me helping other people. I wasn't giving them medicine. I wasn't cutting them open. I wasn't sewing them back together. I had this picture in my mind of helping people work on their mind. So today, albeit I'm not a doctor, I'm out there helping people live a better life. So some people, they call me Dr. Daniel. And what does a doctor do? They come to the ward and they do their rounds. Now, what I've heard, your family, some of your friends, some of your colleagues, some of your bosses have written to me and they said that you've been making excuses. They said you've been telling bullshit stories like, I don't have enough time, I don't have enough money. It'll work for others, but it won't work for me. I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't have enough time left, I don't have enough knowledge, I don't have enough experience. And your family and friends have told me that you've been coming up with all of these bullshit excuses. You've got all these excuses of why you can't have what you want. So, Dr. Daniel is at the Success Hospital today, and I've come to do my examinations. So this is what I want you to do, is I want you to come close to your camera. I want you to come close to your camera, and I want you to stick out your tongue, and I want you to say, ah, ah, wider, come on, ah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I've seen something and it's disturbing. Do you know what you have? I've just found that you've got a serious case of excusitis. Excusitis is an inflammation of your excuse-making gland and it's making you sick. So go to the chat box and type in no more excuses, because the more excuses you make, the more that excuse-making gland swells and it'll make you sick. Well, what are the top 5 excuses, ladies and gentlemen? Well, according to the New York Post, the top 5 most common excuses are this. 49% of people say, I'm too tired. 48%, I don't have enough money. 48%, I don't have enough time. 31%, it's too inconvenient. 28%, say I'm too forgetful. And excusitis really gets in the way of you achieving your life's goals. So very important that on the way to achieving your goal, you start to identify the bullshit stories that you've been telling yourself. So please go to page 18. Please open up to page 18 of your training system and let's go through and have a look at the excuses that you've been making. Because one excuse is enough to make you sick. So on page 18, it says excusitis is an inflammation of the excuse-making gland. And it's a common excuse for not going all in. Now, on a scale of 1 through to 10, with 10 being the most amount of excuses and 1 being the least amount, how would your leaders, not you, how would your leaders rank your excuses? Number 1, I don't have enough time. On a grade of 1 to 10, what do you give yourself? Number 2, I'm afraid of failure. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. 1 being the least, 10 being the most. 3, it's not the right moment to do it. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. Number 4, I have to plan everything first. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. Number 5, I have a family. Have you been using that as an excuse? Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. Number 6, I can't because I've got bills to pay. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. Number 7, I have to care for sick or elderly family members. Is that your favourite excuse? Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. Number 8, I'm too old to start. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. Maybe your bullshit story is, I'm not talented enough. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. Number 10, maybe your excuse is, I don't have the support. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. Number 11, my family and friends don't think I'm capable. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. 12, I don't know if I will succeed. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. 13, I've already dedicated myself to a different path. I've dedicated myself to failure rather than success. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. 14, I'm not destined to succeed. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. 15, I'll do it tomorrow, inshallah. Next year, inshallah. I'll do it next week, inshallah. Give yourself a grade of 1 through to 10. Which of these bullshit stories are you telling yourself? Now, I want you to add up all of your scores and give yourself a grade out of 150. Now, if your score is below 30, you're still making excuses. If your score is between 31 to 60, you have average excusitis. If your score is between 61 and 90, you have excusitis. If your score is between 91 and 120, you have above average excusitis. If your score is between 121 and 150, you have severe excusitis, and it's going to be making you sick. So go to the chat box, let me know, what was your score? Out of 150, what was your score? What was your score? Out of 150, what was your score? Millen, 77, excusitis. Adrian, 89, excusitis. Tracy, 121, say severe excusitis. Nassim, 83, open your mouth and say Nassim, you've got excusitis. Clara, 98 out of 150, above average excusitis. Open your mouth and say Now, it doesn't matter, ladies and gentlemen, if your score's 888 like Helen, there's no good excuses. Please go to the chat box and say, there's no good excuses. There are no good excuses. And if you just make one excuse, and you know what the most popular one is? They'll say things like this. I want to make $500,000 this year. I want to make $100 million this year. I want to make $100,000. Their goal is to make money, and you know what type of excuse they make? They then say, I don't have enough money to start. I want to make more money, but I'm using excuses about money to begin with. Doing that will make you sick. So, Joseph, there are no good excuses. Marissa, there are no good excuses. One excuse will sabotage your success. Did you know that? If you just use one excuse about time, money, knowledge, skill, whatever it is, it will sabotage your success. And what will happen is you'll work really hard, You'll put a lot of things in terms of time and effort and resources, and at the end, you'll fail because your mindset is already negative. That's it. One excuse is enough to sabotage your entire success. So let me tell you a story. Who here has heard of a gentleman by the name of John Assaraf? Who's heard of John Assaraf? He was in the book, The Secret, and he's a multi-millionaire. And he tells a story about meeting his mentor by the name of Alan. So as the story goes, John met his mentor Alan. And his mentor Alan said, "John, what do you want to do with your life?" Now John replied and said, "I don't know." He said, "I'm confused." So his mentor Alan gave him a sheet of paper. And he said, "John, what I want you to write down is I want you to write down everything that you want. Make a list of everything that you want to be, everything you want to do, everything that you want to have in your life." And John went away and he spent 2 days writing down everything that he wanted. After 2 days, he came back and he said to his mentor, Alan, he said, "I've finished the task." And he gave him sheets and sheets of paper of all the things that he wanted to be, all the things that he wanted to do, and all the things that he wanted to have. Now, Alan looked through it all. And he looked at it. And he looked at John. He said, "John, are you interested in achieving these goals? Or are you committed?" Now, John didn't know how to answer the question. So he said to Alan, he said, "What's the difference between interested and committed?" Now, Alan said, if you're interested, when it comes time to take action, you'll come up with all the bullshit stories of why you can't afford to do it. You'll become a victim of your circumstances, and you'll come up with all the reasons and all the excuses why you can't have what you want. And John asked, "Well, what does committed mean?" And Alan said, "That's a great question." He said, committed means when it comes time to take action, you will do whatever it takes. You'll go all in. You'll start today. You'll upgrade your knowledge. You'll upgrade your skills, and you'll invest in your future. And Alan asked John, "Are you interested or are you committed?" And 100x DNA, let me ask you, are you interested or are you committed to your goals? Go to the chat box and let me know. Are you interested or committed? Adrian, committed. Karen, committed. Joseph, committed. Tracy, committed. Nassim, committed. Milan, committed. Excellent. Well, ladies and gentlemen, soon you'll be tested to see if you're interested or committed. And if you come up with an excuse, then you'll realize you're not committed and you're only interested. Your goal is when the time comes to say, I'm all in, I'm going for it, no excuses, I'm going to make it happen. So let's see if you pass the test or not. So John Assaraf, lovely guy. And if you haven't learned about him before, make sure you do. So let's get back to the story of DISC. Okay, so we started to learn about DISC earlier today. We've had a look at your D style. We've had a look at your I style. We've had a look at your S style, which means now it comes time to have a look at your C style. We want to have a look at your conscientious style. So what I want you to do is I want you to go to your word sketch page. Go to page number 12 and let's start to have a look at what words best describe you. Now, when it comes to the C style, conscientiousness. This is how you focus on procedures and constraints. The conscientious style tends to act contemplatively. The emotions for the C style are emotions of fear and concern. And for the C style, the greatest fear is being criticized or having a loss of accuracy or quality. Now, if your score is 50 or above, then the words that will describe you are conservative, fact finder, systematic, high standards, or analytical. If your scores are below the energy line, if they're 50 or below, then these words might describe you. Self-assured, persistent, independent, defiant, rebellious. So go to the chat box. Which word best describes you? Which word best describes you? Independent, systematic, opinionated. Good. What word best describes your C style? Diplomatic, high standards, fact finder, persistent. Excellent. So please go to page 12 and I want you to locate that blue box. And we're going to start to do some coaching around this. Okay, so let's begin and let's have a look who's here. Okay, where's my friend Raj Singh? Raj Singh, good afternoon. Give me a wave. Let's get you in the hot seat, my friend. I've got your disc report here, ready to go. Hey, my friend, good afternoon. Welcome to 100x DNA Masterclass. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Excellent. What have you learned so far?
Basically, probably some of the bullshit stories I've been telling myself.
Like I'm too good looking. I've got too much money. I've got too much time. What are those bullshit stories you've been telling yourself?
Well, things like you mentioned, probably I'm too old to look at other opportunities, too entrenched in my current job, been doing the same thing for too long, too late to change now, those kind of things.
Okay, open up and say, okay. Can you see it, ladies and gentlemen? The excuse gland is swollen. Well done, my friend. Well, let's take a deep dive into DISC. Where would you like to be 12 months from now? What's that goal? Where do you want to be 12 months from today?
Well, I hope to at least replace my income from a full-time job. I'm currently working full-time, and although I'm paid for 38 hours a week, I generally work more like 50, 60 hours a week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Don't you hate those bosses? They're the worst. When you get paid for 38 and you got to do 60, that's terrible. Okay. So you want to replace your income. And what are 3 things that excite you about that?
Firstly, I'll have more me time to spend doing things that I would like, things like looking after my own health. I'm like, in my 60s now, not much time left. So sort of, spend more time doing things that I enjoy doing.
What do you love to do? What would you love to do more often?
Spend more time exercising, time to travel, spend more time with my families, spend time with my dog.
Excellent. Good, good. So over the next 12 months, you want to replace your income. And what excites you about that is more me time, better health. You want to have more time exercising, more time with your dog.
Mm-hmm.
And what's your present situation? So you said you've got a full-time job, you're paid to do 38 hours of work, but you're more like doing 40, 50, 60.
Mm-hmm.
How much time do you have for yourself each week? Just for you. How much time do you have for yourself?
Very little. So most days I leave very early in the morning. By the time I'm back home late in the evening, I'm generally too tired. So what I do is I have my dinner, maybe watch a bit of TV and generally fall asleep in front of the TV on the sofa. And then my wife will tell me to go get to bed and I'll go and sleep.
So it sounds like very little,
Yep.
if any, me time.
Yep.
Okay. Well, let's take a deep dive into your disc and let's get clarity around your style and we can learn from this. So when I have a look at your report here, Raj Singh, we can see that your C style here is a high C style. And these are the words that could describe you. Accurate, conservative, exacting, fact finder, precise or systematic. Which of those words would best describe how you approach procedures and constraints?
Well, it could be either accurate or conservative. Probably they are related as well in the nature of my work. So I work in the government sector, and generally there is a need to be like precise and accurate because we report upwards, and some of the information actually is publicly made available, and other times under freedom of information, people can request for information. So there's a need to be, very accurate.
Okay, so out of those words, which one would you say is the best descriptor of you?
Probably accurate.
Accurate. Awesome. So let's work with that. Now, when it comes to following procedures and constraints, what's your definition of accurate? What's your definition?
Making sure that like in my work, that I comply with process, their directive, policies and procedures. So we follow that to the T, make sure all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted. And probably in that sense, then we become too sort of conservative, too conventional. Sometimes there may be opportunities to look at other approaches or more innovative ways of doing things. But because we are so hamstrung with following a process, that we get sort of, we develop a single track mind and stop looking for a better way of doing things.
I've got it. So here, accuracy for you means to comply with procedure and constraints. It's about dotting the I's, crossing the T's. And even at times it's becoming too conservative and even too conventional. Okay, excellent. Now, when we explore this, how does this help you or how does this hurt you? So when you become too conservative or too conventional, how does this help or hurt you?
It helps in the sense of achieving the objective of being precise, but in terms of, it hurts us in the sense, or hurt me in the sense that I've probably not look at other ways of getting things done, or there may be a better way of achieving objectives. Or I spend less time looking for better ways of doing objectives, better ways of doing things instead of just looking at the near-term objectives of being accurate and putting up timely information and things like that.
Okay. So for you, it's to achieve the objective, but the negative side is you may not look at other ways. You'll spend less time looking for other things to do. Okay. Now, when it comes to achieving your goal, there's a couple of things that I want to point out to you on your disc style. So when we have a look at your S and C style just here, both of your scores are what we call extended scores. And it's when the score goes above 90 points. And especially when you have two scores above 90, instead of working for you, this starts to work against you. So let's have a look, because we can move at different paces. So your D style moves at a really slow pace. Your I style moves at a really slow pace. Your S style moves at an extremely slow pace, and your C style also moves at an extremely slow pace. Now, the fears that come with these two styles is, first of all, there's a fear of losing stability. That's the first one. And the second fear is the fear of making a mistake. So these two fears will tend to have a big impact on you. So in your own words, how does that fear of losing your stability, how does that fear of making a mistake, how does it get in the way of you replacing your income?
I guess those two fears that you mentioned are pretty valid and apply to myself. And so what I do is spend maybe too much time in checking and rechecking the work that we do, and then sort of have less time to doing things which would actually help me to find other opportunities.
Yeah. So I want you to be mindful of this year, because what happens is when these scores become extended, oftentimes even the thing that we are doing, even if it's hurting us, we're so afraid to try something new. So for example, you're getting paid to do 38 hours of work. You're doing 40, 50, maybe 60 hours a week. You come home, you fall asleep in front of the television, and there's no time for you. There's no time for health. There's no time for the dog. And albeit it gives you stability, it probably doesn't give you the life that you desire. And so these two fears are going to keep you trapped in a comfort zone. And the next question is, how long are you going to let it trap you in the comfort zone for? So how long have you been stuck in this situation, Raj? 5 years, 10 years, 20 years?
More like 35 years.
35 years. How old are you now? 60, did you say?
62, yeah.
62. Is your life getting longer or is it getting shorter?
Oh, I'm definitely getting shorter.
Shorter. So this has been a loop for 35 years and now you're 62. So these strengths, when overused, become weaknesses. And it's important for you now to learn to manage these fears so you have the flexibility of leaving the comfort zone and starting to explore the things that could help you actually replace that paycheck and get all the other things. Have great health, have time for yourself, spend time with your dog, the things that are really important. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, well done, my friend. Top job. Well done. Sometimes it's just becoming aware of our pattern. And that's the first thing. And if we can understand what creates that pattern, then through coaching, you can start to learn how to break through it. That's the key part. So go to the chat box. What have you learned so far? What have you learned about your fears? What have you learned about your style? Go to the chat box and let me know. As you're telling me, let me share a story about Liam. This is Liam. His company gave him a goal to increase the performance of his team. They appointed him as the Chief Information Officer and they gave him a budget of $25,000 to solve the problem. Now, Liam told me there were 3 big problems. Firstly, he said, I've got 2 days to solve this problem. Secondly, my team have not been trained for 15 years. And thirdly, the future of my company depends on this training. And then he asked me, can you help? Well, I trained Liam and his team on the science of DISC. I taught them how to solve problems and influence people, and they learned about their strengths and limitations. 90 days after the training, Liam wrote to me and he said this was the best training they'd ever done. He said our team utilization is up 50%. Our communication has improved, and it's the first time in company history that the department have ever achieved their sprint goals. He said today, the company is now valued at $350 million and it employs more than 1,000 people. Isn't that incredible? Would you love to have those results for your team? Would you love to become a leader who can lead their team to do the same? Is that what you want to do? Excellent. So go to the chat box. What have you learned so far? Lim, fear of change, to move out of the comfort zone. Marissa, fear of quality drop regarding procedures and constraints. Overplan to death. Raj, to entrench in our comfort zone due to fear associated with change. Yes. What do we say? We say the comfort zone is the greatest enemy of success. Please write that in the chat box. The comfort zone is the greatest enemy of success. And where's the enemy? It's here within. Now, I want you to imagine this. Imagine being able to walk into any room and lead any team and coach anyone. Is that a superpower that you'd love to have? See, when you become a leader, you achieve career stability and are well paid. CNBC reports that top leaders earn 351 times more than the typical worker. And for those future leaders and business owners who are here today, are you confident in your skills to bring your business to 10 million or 100 million and lead a team to get you there? Now imagine learning a skill that people are willing to pay you $321 per hour for. Just imagine how much more financial security you could create when you developed your skills to that level. See, when I learned to coach, I was able to charge $5,000 for 90 minutes of coaching. And I'm sharing this with you because I want you to understand that this was possible because I was following a system. And today with this system, I can walk into any room, lead any team and coach anyone. And the point why I'm sharing this with you is because excellence is not a destination. It's a continuous journey that never ends. And everybody thinks that success is going to be a straight line, when in reality, you're going to have a lot of setbacks. So how many of you could agree that success could be simple, but it's not going to be easy? Could you agree with that? Success could be simple, but it's not going to be easy. See, when you overcome those challenges, you'll get the success that you're looking for. And I went through this exact journey. In 2008, I had a 10-year plan to become a leader with Emirates Airline. But in 2009, I was overlooked for a promotion. In 2012, my wife lost her job and her income. And by 2013, I didn't know enough to succeed in business, and I lost more than $80,000 of my savings. But I overcame all of these challenges to be where I am today. But here's the important thing. I had drive and I had motivation. And I don't know what you think a motivated person is, but for me, it led me to increasing my results. See, in 2009, my wife started having heart problems. In 2010, she had an accident on an aircraft. After that, she lost her job. And we were surviving on one income for years. And this was a shock for me because I realized nobody is coming to save me. And the only person who could save me and my family was myself. And I knew for sure that I only had one life and I didn't want to be average. And this is a truth that we all need to hear. The only guarantee in life is death. And if you think about it, you have a big dream. You have a big goal. And you already know what it is. You dream about it all the time. So I'd like to ask you, what is your big dream? I want you to type it up in the chat box. What would you dare to dream if you knew you wouldn't fail? What would you dare to dream if you knew you wouldn't fail? Is it to make more money, to get out of debt, to create a better life for you and your family? Is it to leave that corporate job and start your own business? Is it to leave a financial legacy for your children? Is it to fulfill your life's purpose, or maybe even to travel the world? See, what I've learned is the only guarantee in life is death. And because of death, whatever we do in life makes it meaningful. So I want you to remember, your life is a gift. And please don't waste it. Now, a lot of people have been messaging me today, thank you so much, and they've been asking me about my accelerator program and what it's all about. Now, I'd like to answer your questions over the next couple of minutes, so we'll do that now. So let me ask you, who here has been to a mastermind before? Have you been to a mastermind? Well, the term mastermind was coined by Napoleon Hill. And what he said is that there are three sources of information available. First is personal experience. This is where you learn through trial and error. Secondly is through group experience. And this is where you read books and watch videos. But it normally takes 7 to 10 years to learn a subject. And thirdly is the mastermind. And this is where you get access to all the knowledge to master any skill in a year. Now for me, whenever I see a mastermind, I do whatever it takes to get into it because it serves as a massive shortcut. In 2015, I paid $15,000 for a 3-day mastermind. But within 100 days, I made an extra $100,000. And 7 years later, those ideas have made me more than $1 million. In 2016, I joined a 1-year mastermind. It was $30,000, and within that year, I made an extra $400,000. In 2012, I invested in a 30-day mastermind. It cost me $30,000, and based on what I learned from NLP in that mastermind, it made me more than $3 million in the following years. So let me ask you, who would love to make an extra $3 million in the next few years? Is that you? Would that solve your financial problems? Well, for me, ever since I joined masterminds, my life got better. Now, when it comes to my experience, there are two things that I've learned when choosing the right mastermind. First is economic. You have to be able to make or save money. Have a look at the screen. Hamed, the owner of a printing business. He had been struggling for years. He came to my mastermind and he was able to make $1.16 million in just 1 month by applying the knowledge he learned. Anybody else here would love to earn $1 million in a month? Well, I can show you how. Secondly is environment. And this is probably the most important one. You have to surround yourself with winners. See, when I told my friends and family about my plan to start a business, they all laughed at me and they told me it wasn't possible. They told me all the reasons why it was not possible. Did the same thing happen to you? Take a look around today. Have a look around the room. Look to your left, look to your right. Do you see your best friend sitting next to you today? Do you see your family here supporting you today? Or are you doing it by yourself? And this is the reason why you've got to get into a mastermind. You've got to surround yourself with the right people. See, environment is so important. And the truth is, the people closest to you will hurt you the most. They'll try to pull you down, or they'll try to keep you in your comfort zone. But successful people will only ever help you step up. See, having a mentor will raise your standards. A mentor will not let you get lazy. And the truth is, if you hang around 5 confident people, you will be the 6th. If you hang around 5 successful people, you will be the 6th. And if you hang around 5 failures, you'll be the 6th. Take a look at the screen. This is Paul. Paul was afraid to walk away from his job and start something new. He'd worked his whole life, yet he never seemed to get ahead financially. He didn't even believe enough in himself that he could make £300,000 in 1 year. Now, when Paul heard about my mastermind, he knew it was the solution. So have a look at what he says. He says, "Today marks the end of my mentorship program, and I want to thank you for an amazing 12 months. Thank you for the guidance. This week, I smashed through £300,000 in sales and on target to do £2 million. Anybody else here would love to be making £2 million a year in sales? See, these are the type of people that you've got to surround yourself with. You've got to stop surrounding yourself with losers, and you've got to start surrounding yourself with winners. Now, Forbes magazine revealed that people who have a mentor are 5 times more likely to increase their income. People with a mentor are 5 times more likely to progress. People with a mentor are 5 times more likely to get promoted than those not in mentorship. And if you think about it, if you have the right environment, wouldn't this seem possible? It would, wouldn't it? See, there are 2 reasons why I started my accelerator program. Reason 1, to help you get results faster. Reason 2, to hold you accountable for your results. See, the World Economic Forum recently revealed that these are the top most important skills in demand over the next 5 years. These include critical thinking, self-management, and leadership. And these are the most in-demand skills for the next 5 years. If you have these business skills, your future is guaranteed. But if you lack these business skills, you'll find yourself failing. Now, my accelerator is going to equip you with the business skills to achieve your goals. Myself and my team will be there to coach you, to shortcut the learning curve, and to take you from good to great fast. Now, let me ask you this. What do all world champion athletes have in common? What do all world champion athletes have in common? Marissa, all world champions have a coach. See, Michael Jordan, he wanted to become a professional basketballer. He was good, but it was the coach who made him great. And I want you to imagine this. Imagine taking yourself from good to great. Imagine being able to take your company from good to great. If you could do that, just imagine what would happen next. See, once you can do that, you become indispensable and well compensated for your efforts. And this is what me and my team do every day. We take people like you from good to great, and we do it fast. What I'm teaching has worked for more than 20,000 clients who are implementing these skills. And after implementing it, they've made more than $100 million just in the past 3 years. Now, my accelerator program is not for people who are not coachable. It's not for those people who are not committed. And it's not for people who make excuses about their life. My accelerator is for those people who are committed. So if you want to win, if you are 100% committed to achieving your goal, if you want to make an impact and you're ready to unleash new income levels, then this might be perfect for you. Me and my team are going to be there to coach you, to cut short the learning curve, and to take you from good to great fast, to the point where you can walk into any room, lead any team, and coach anyone. And that's what we're going to do. So let me ask you, why Mastermind? And why now? Well, the reason why Mastermind is so we can take you from good to great fast. And why now? Why now? Because mistakes can be costly. Just one mistake could kill your success. Now, the 100x DNA Accelerator is going to give you a superpower so you can walk into any room, lead any team, and coach anyone. You are going to get results fast, and we are going to hold you accountable so you can achieve your goal in the shortest time possible. So let me ask you, who here would love to become a leader? Would you love to become a leader? Would you love to coach others? Well, I'll be training you in the skills to become a certified coach so that you can lead any team and coach anyone. This internationally recognized certification will give you practical tools and systems to increase your income and build a team to achieve your goals. This is one of my students, Alex. He learned navigational coaching. Today, he's leading a team of 80 real estate agents And in the next 2 to 3 years, he will expand his team and he'll have more than 500 employees. So who here today would love to be able to lead a high-performing team? Is that you? Excellent. Who here would love to master the art of public speaking? Do you want to become a great public speaker? Well, with this influential conversations training, you will learn the skills to become a public speaker and impact the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. This training and international certification will turn you into a master of public speaking. We will teach you how to confidently speak to small groups and large audiences of thousands of people at a time. And you'll have the confidence to deliver impactful presentations. Now, our students who have learned these skills are all earning more money and have greater job security. For example, this is Danny. Danny wanted to start his own business, yet he didn't have the confidence to speak publicly. We taught Danny how to speak, how to present, and today he's speaking on stage to thousands of people every single year. Another one of my students, Emmanuel, he learned influential conversations, and today he works with thousands of business professionals, and he's making hundreds of thousands of dollars speaking from stage.
Stepping out of corporate into becoming an entrepreneur, this course has been amazing for me. Daniel's been teaching us about the values and the language patterns that we need to use to come from a corporate background to becoming an entrepreneur, which I really wanted to be. So look, it's for anybody thinking about transitioning in, this is a great course to go to. He's genuine, he's down to earth, he's got a mix of a business as well as psychology, which is really important for it to succeed. So I'm really grateful to be here. Thank you.
So who here would love to become great at public speaking? Is that you? Would you like to get your message out there to influence people? Excellent. Well, we'll show you how. The third certification you'll receive is the NLP Practitioner Certification. So who here today would love to master NLP so you could help your family and friends? Who would love to become a better communicator? Would you love to double or triple your income this year? Well, with NLP, you'll eliminate bad habits, you'll develop a success mindset, and you'll have the tools to help your friends and family succeed faster. Now, our students who are applying NLP have seen 3 promotions in 1 year. They've doubled their income and they've increased their sales by over 700%. And I want the same for you. This is Adriana. NLP for Adriana was a game changer, and in 1 year she saved her company $560,000.
We managed to save about 560,000 in ringgit Malaysia, and that's per year. In US dollars, it's about 134,000. So yeah, it's been great.
Would you love to save your company that amount of money? Wouldn't that be incredible? Over the next 12 months, you are going to be with my team. Within over 12 months, we'll guide you through 24 group sessions. Every session, we're going to show you how to get results and to achieve your goals. You will also have 24 executive coaching sessions where our team of coaches will hold you accountable so you can achieve 10 years worth of goals inside of 1 year. So just imagine that. Imagine achieving your 10-year goals inside of 1 year. Would that be a better life? Well, Boone, last week, she said that these strategies will help her earn an extra $30,000. Mark and Agnes said that NLP will help her increase her sales by $10,000 per month. Mark said these ideas are going to help him make at least an extra $1.5 million in contracts. So I want you just to begin to imagine how much faster you'll achieve your goal and how much more money you can make. This is Shirvi. Applying this system, she turned around her business. She doubled its size. She won the Phoenix Award and is now leading a team of 80 real estate agents. Isn't that incredible? Anybody here today? Would you love to become an industry superstar? Is that you? Well, Shirvi's doing it and so can you. Now, are you enjoying the DISC report? Are you finding this fascinating, what you're learning about yourself? Now, imagine having access to this technology so you can help your family, so you can help your friends, and you can help your colleagues. I'm going to give you lifetime access to this advanced DISC technology, and you'll be able to use it with your community whenever you want. See, my students are making more than $200 per session coaching their customers through this DISC technology. In addition, I'm going to give you an access to an all-in-one platform with dozens of training systems so you can coach millionaires and billionaires with this technology. You can see a photo of my student Sam. She made 100 new sales in 1 week thanks to this business in a box. Another one of my students, you'll get to meet her tomorrow. Her name is Dr. Nadia. She's been using this technology and she's got her first 80 clients in the first 60 days of my mastermind. And what I want is I want you to have access to this tool. Would you love to have access to this technology for your family, for your friends, for your business, for your community? Well, I'm going to give you access to this. In addition, I'm going to give you access to my influencer package. This influencer package has enabled me to get featured on 5 international television shows. I've been featured on news channels like Fox News, GQ magazine, and more than 100 other media outlets globally. I'm going to give you my copy and paste system with proven scripts and tools, and all you need to do is to apply them to get more exposure. This is what George was talking about this morning. He went from being totally unknown on social media to people like the Boston Consulting Group, one of the biggest consulting companies, reaching out to him and giving him work. These strategies work immediately, and they're going to get you so much attention for you and for your business. Now, in addition, does anybody know here the number one reason why leaders fail? Do you know why leaders fail? Well, leaders fail because they lack experience. Over the next 12 months, I'm going to give you hands-on leadership experience with real clients. I will be there coaching you each step of the way so you can get to the point where you can coach millionaires and billionaires. One of my students, Kelvin, I've already given him his first 100 paid clients after completing the program, and I want to be able to do the same for you. In addition, every month, I'm going to give you hand-picked affirmations. I'm going to give you the best affirmations to retrain your brain so you can start thinking like a millionaire. Now, the 100x DNA Accelerator is going to give you results fast, and we're going to hold you accountable so you can go from good to great in the shortest time possible. This program is valued at 21,500 Singapore dollars, but the good news is you won't be paying that because I've got some good news for you today. However, I can't do this for everybody. I can only do it for a couple of people. And the last time I offered this opportunity, hundreds of people applied, but I only gave 10 people the opportunity to make the most of this. So if you get the opportunity today, make sure you jump on it. The first thing I'm going to do today, for the first 10 who get approved for my program, I'm going to give you an additional $10,000 worth of bonuses. The first bonus you're going to receive is my Find Your Flow program. Now imagine having 3 promotions and 2 pay rises in 1 year. This is what's happened to my students when they join this program. I'm going to give you access to the newest technology that increases your emotional intelligence. This technology is being used by the FBI. It's being used by the American government. It's being used by Fortune 500 companies around the world. This technology will help you to become 10, 20, or even 30 times more valuable to your company. Secondly, I'm going to give you access to my Sales Academy. Now imagine making $1.16 million in 1 month. That's what happened to one of my students, Hamed, when he joined this program. I've got clients earning $6, $700,000 and $800,000 in commissions every year. I have business owners making $100 and $200 million in sales every year. And I'm going to give you the exact strategies that my clients are using to make hundreds of millions of dollars every single year. In addition, I'm going to give you access to my Leadership Academy. Now, I want you to imagine increasing your income 10, 15 times in the next few years. Imagine if you're able to start to do that. I'm going to give you the exact scientific system that companies like BMW, Mercedes, KFC, and Fortune 500 companies are using to develop their leaders. These companies have invested hundreds of millions of dollars to develop this science, and I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to train you how to use it so you can increase your income, so you can grow your team, and so you can start to make a lot more money. So who here would love to become a leader? Is that you? Would you like to become a leader? Well, those bonuses are worth $10,000. But I'm only going to give the opportunity for 10 people to get those additional bonuses today. Now, for the first 10 people who get approved, you'll also have the opportunity to work with me personally at live events this year. You'll meet other successful people, and you'll learn the latest business growth strategies to scale your business to 6, 7, or even 8 figures immediately. And we're going to be doing that at live in-person events in your country. Are you excited to do that? Excellent. So that's the good news. What about the best news? I've given you the good news, but I haven't given you the best news. For the first 10 who get approved today, then I'm going to personally invest 21,500 Singapore dollars into you and to your goals. And the reason why I'm willing to invest 21,500 into you is because I believe in you and I want to be able to partner with you to make success easy. Is that a fair deal? Excellent. Well, the 100x DNA Accelerator is going to give you a superpower so you can walk into any room, lead any team, and coach anybody. You are going to have 12 months access to our mastermind. There's going to be more than 48 training and coaching sessions. You're going to have 3 internationally recognized certifications. You're going to receive your done-for-you business in a box and have lifetime access to my disk technology. And you're also going to have your done-for-you influencer package so you can start to get more marketing, more followers for your big idea. You'll also receive the Find Your Flow bonus training, the Skyrocket Your Sales and Leadership Academy, which are valued at $10,000. I'll also be holding live events in your country, and I'll be giving tickets away for you and a friend. I'll even pay for your friend to come along. And we're doing that because we want you to get results fast. Now, the total value of the program is $31,500. I'm going to invest in you and cover $21,500 of your program, which means it'll only come down to $10,000. Isn't that incredible? But as I mentioned before, I'm only going to be partnering with 10 of you. And my team will be deciding today who we're going to be partnering with. Now, the last time I offered this opportunity, I had hundreds of applications and I can only partner with limited people. So if you feel that you are the right person, then I'm going to show you how to apply for this today. So if you are 100% committed, if you want to make an impact, and you are ready to unleash new income levels, and you want to be considered for this opportunity, then you must submit your application now. For you to get accepted into the accelerator, it is by approval only, and there are limited opportunities, and I'll be making my decision today. Now, the application process looks like this. The first thing is you have to submit your application in the break, and interviews will be taking place with me and my team today. Now, there'll be a couple of questions. The first question will be, what are your goals for the next 12 months? Also, what results do you want to achieve? And why should your application be accepted? Now, the reason why I ask these three questions is because I get hundreds of applications for this program. My time is extremely limited, and I have to be very selective with whom I invest in. And if you believe you are the right person and you want to be considered, then I encourage you to be as detailed as possible in your application. Now, applications are now open. The offer is only available for 10 people who submit their application, and I want you to go ahead and submit your application right now in the break. Once I have reviewed your application, my team will reach out to you personally. For those of you who get rejected, we will not be contacting you. For those who get accepted for an interview, my team will reach out to you via WhatsApp immediately, and we will invite you for an interview to be interviewed by me and my team. So ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, submit your application now. Submit your application now. You can click the link in the chat box, successfaster.club, or you can screenshot the QR code on the screen and apply now. Applications are now open. I'm only looking for 10 people this weekend, so make sure you submit your application immediately. Enjoy your break, and we will see you back here at 4:20. We'll see you back here in 7 minutes from now.
I am Ting Meng Chua, and I'm a trainer and training manager. So at the moment, I am doing some research, and also I've learned some skill in timeline therapy, which I am applying now for helping some colleagues, some friends, and so on, to help them overcome their anger and their fear and so on as well. So for the moment, my challenges is about getting more clients, help them in the sense that in their blockages, their challenges. So that's the benefit I have got from this class is actually understand myself better, and also removing some of my blockages personally. So that's where I'm starting to move forward in my life.
Hi, I'm Gerard, and I help people to grow their money. Now, I just gone through a very excellent exercise with Daniel and Nini, where I get to see the wheel of life, my wheel of life. And so such a surprising to know and understand the shape came out like an elephant, but it helps me to identify where is my lowest gap and my strongest gap. And by identifying this, it allows me to work on the weakest area of my life and turn it into such a great area by applying all the positive learnings that I have in my strongest area to create the life that I can live life on my terms.
Hi, my name is Teresa Wong. I'm a profession as a life planner. I did a navigational coaching together with Nini. At first, a bit nervous because facing about 80 students or classmates at the same time for the first time. However, through the navigational coaching and through the questions that being asked by Nini, I'm able to focus more and know what is the next step I need to take, especially for the next coming 24 hours. And I'm looking forward to increase another 130% of my sales in 3 to 6 months' time. Thank you.
Hi, I'm George Kong. My current work is business transformation. I work with a number of clients across ASEAN. Prior to attending this course with Daniel, I want to transition into a coach and mentor full-time. So moving from consulting to coach and mentoring. So that's my goal, attending 100x DNA with Daniel. So during this time frame with Daniel, I've learned a lot of tools, a lot of techniques. I learned a lot about myself, on how to improve myself and also become a good coach and mentor. Tools and knowledge I've gained really help me with engaging with my clients on a day-to-day basis and also support them to improve and be successful. So it's been great experience with Daniel, and I would recommend it to anyone. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Ramesh Zaidi. I'm from Johor Bahru, the southern state in Malaysia. My professional job is I'm an associate professor in a university in the southern of Johor. And just now, I had the opportunity to be on the hot seat for timeline therapy. And the best thing that I experienced was going through the learning process, which I extracted from what I've learned. And I feel that this timeline therapy has given me the better way of looking at issues and problems, which it guides me to look back on how I can learn from certain problems or issues. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Peter Wies. I'm since 20 years in Malaysia, originally from Switzerland. I'm doing mega projects here in Malaysia, Southeast Asia actually. So the reason I'm here is when I met Daniel, I felt very comfortable. And my goal is to expand my business from being in projects into project mentoring on a global scale. So that obviously is quite a challenge for me, or it was. When I met Daniel and 100x DNA, I learned a lot about myself, how to overcome my challenges and improve my attitude to this whole business. And I learned a lot during the sessions, but as well the group, the supporting team is fantastic. So basically the get together and the learning from each other and the way Daniel is conveying the messages is down to earth, very practical, useful, and that gives me the leverage to achieve my goal, what I want to do for this year particularly, and of course in the nearest future.
My main purpose of joining 100x DNA, definitely to invest in myself. Previously, before joining 100x, I feel nervous, full of anxiety in all events. It has transformed me from a shy to what I want to know more about myself. And that
Everybody wants to perform at their best. Everybody wants to have more time off. And everybody wants to make a lot more money, including you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to session number 6. Something very exciting to start this session off. Now, Clara asked a question before, is NLP the same thing as hypnosis? Well, it's a great question, and the answer is they're two very different modalities of intervention, very, very different types of technology. And I'm going to show you one strategy from NLP today that can help you eliminate limiting beliefs in under 20 minutes. And we're going to do it live. You get to experience it for yourself today. So welcome back. Session number 6 is going to start now and continue to 5:30. Now, we've got a guest speaker with us today, but this is going to be a little bit of a different session. Our next guest speaker is Jessie. And in this session, we are going to give you a taste of the powerful NLP techniques that we have. NLP can help you eliminate limiting beliefs and achieve your goals faster. And the best part, it can be done in under 20 minutes. Now, joining me today is Jessie. She's one of my mastermind students, and she's been in the program since last year. Today, Jessie will be sharing her experience, and we're going to demonstrate how simple it can be to apply NLP techniques in your life. So ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and get ready to learn about the amazing world of NLP. And let's welcome Jessie. Great to see you, Jessie. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Jessie. Good afternoon.
Hi.
How are you doing there?
Yeah, good. Good afternoon.
Excellent. Well, we're having a lovely time. When did you come to 100x DNA Masterclass? When did you join us?
I joined since September 2022.
2022, September 2022. So last year. Wonderful.
Yes, correct.
Wonderful. Well, today we're going to do something different. Jessie is also in my 100x DNA accelerator. How long have you been in the accelerator for now? Was it also September?
Yeah, since September as well. There were around 5 months.
Around 5 months. Beautiful. So we've already started to learn NLP, and I wanted to reach out to Jessie because Jessie has a couple of self-limiting beliefs. And some of these beliefs just get in our way. So if everybody can go to the chat box and type in the word self-limiting beliefs. Type in self-limiting beliefs. Now, self-limiting beliefs are the bullshit stories that we keep telling ourselves why we can't have what we want. And if you become aware of your self-limiting beliefs, awareness doesn't remove them. Just like if you fell over and you broke your arm and the doctor did an x-ray and diagnosed you with a broken arm, the diagnosis doesn't fix the broken arm. You still need to have an operation to fix it. And it's a little bit like self-limiting beliefs. You can become aware of the limiting belief, but that's not enough to remove the limiting belief. And that's where we start to use NLP techniques. So Jessie, today, how about we work on some of your self-limiting beliefs? How does that sound?
Yes.
How about we start to have a look at which beliefs have been holding you back, and we can start to put some strategies in place to overcome them. Does that sound like a good idea?
Yes.
Wonderful. Now, what you're going to see, ladies and gentlemen, is you're going to see a live NLP intervention. These are the things that I teach my students how to do. I give them scripts, and all they have to do is follow the script, and it works immediately. So what you can see on my screen here is the strategy that I'm going to be following. I give these to my students. They follow the scripts. They produce results immediately. And I'm going to step Jessie through this today so she can have an undeniable experience of this limiting belief disappearing. Sound good, Jessie?
Sounds good.
Okay, beautiful. So the other day when you reached out to me, you said that you had a limiting belief of, I'm not good enough. Is that true?
True.
Is anybody else feeling that they're not good enough? Do you believe that you're not enough to achieve your goal? If that sounds like you, give me a yes in the chat box. So this limiting belief of I'm not good enough, Jessie, how is this a problem for you? How's this creating a problem in your life?
It gives me, it makes me lose my confidence to do something, and I always do things with cautious.
Lose confidence, always cautious, and losing confidence and always being cautious. How's that a problem?
It will wonder. It will makes me always wonder what the decision I make, the move that I take, and I always need to seek consult from my colleagues or peers, and that's really annoying actually.
So firstly, you lose your confidence, then you're always cautious, you're always wondering about the decisions, you'll ask people's advice, and that, how does that make you feel?
Feels like a failure,
Mm-hmm.
not indecisive enough, and always like annoying, keep people annoying because always take up their time.
And how's that a problem for you?
It will take a lot of time for me to do a decision, and some decision need to make right away. So it will make me procrastinate as well, and sometimes I feel depressed and anxiety at the same time.
So is this belief of I'm not good enough, is that belief helping or hurting you?
It's hurting me.
And as a result, Jessie, what have you lost? What have you lost because of this limiting belief?
It makes people around me, especially my colleagues, will lose confidence on me and not trusting me to do any job properly.
So losing confidence. And have you lost any opportunities? Have you lost any time? What else has it cost you?
I will lose more opportunity on some projects, and because I cannot deliver it very well, and I also lose some faith from my colleagues, and my client will lose some faith on me because I cannot give them the answer in time.
So would life be better holding on to this limiting belief, or would your life get better when you let go of this limiting belief?
Of course, get better after letting go.
Okay. Well, let me ask you, are you ready to let it go? Because I'm not the NLP police. I'm not the limiting belief police, and I can't force you to do anything. But I'd like to ask you, are you ready to let it go?
Yes, I'm ready.
You ready? Are you ready to do it today?
Yes, I'm ready.
Are you ready to do it now?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Well, in a moment, I'm going to turn on my stopwatch. And I believe, Jesse, that we can eliminate this limiting belief in under 20 minutes. And the faster we do it, the better it is for you. Because when it comes to the mind, if you try to change slowly, it actually does more damage to you. Your mind, when it works fast, actually supports you. So the worldwide average to do this is about 20 minutes. I believe we can do it in less than that. So you ready to go?
Yep.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay. Tell me when to press start, Jesse.
Now.
Now. Okay. Beautiful. Now, what I'd like you to do, Jesse, is it all right for your unconscious mind for you to make this change today and for you to be aware of it consciously?
Yes.
Excellent. And when you think about this belief of, I am not good enough, do you have a picture of that belief in your mind?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Now, I want you to hold that picture in your mind. What's the picture of?
Picture of myself sitting inside the meeting room, discussing, but did not say anything at all.
Sitting inside which room?
Meeting room.
Meeting room. And not discussing?
Not discussing with them because I'm not good enough to tell them what to do.
Okay. Now, is that picture in black and white or color?
Is color.
And is it near or far from you?
Near.
And is it bright or dim?
Dim.
And is it to the front, to the back, to the left, to the right? Is it up or down in relationship to your body? Where's the location?
To the front.
Front. And what's the size of the picture? Is it small, medium, large, or extra large?
Extra large.
And are you looking through your own eyes, or do you see your body in the picture?
Looking through my own eyes.
Excellent. And are there any sounds that are important?
Yes.
What are the sounds?
People in discussion.
People in discussion. And where's the location of that sound? Front, back, left, right, up, or down from you?
Left, right.
And is it an internal sound inside of your head, or is it a sound outside of your head?
Outside.
And is it loud or is it soft?
Loud.
And are there any feelings that are important?
Anxious.
Anxious. And where's the location of that anxious feeling in your body?
Chest.
Chest. And what's the size? Small, medium, large, or extra large?
Medium.
And what's the shape of that anxious feeling?
Like a cloud.
Like a cloud. And what's the intensity on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least, 10 being the most intense? What's the intensity of that anxiety?
5.
5. Okay, when you're ready, open the eyes. Well done. Well done. Now, Jesse, do you have a belief that you were once 18? Do you have a positive belief that you were once 18? And if you were to have that belief that I was once 18, what's the picture that comes to mind?
Hanging out with my friends.
Good, hanging out with your friends. Good. Now, I want you to hold on to that picture just there. And is in that picture in black and white or colour?
Black and white.
And is it near or far?
Far.
And is it bright or dim?
Bright.
And is the location front, back, left, right, up or down from you?
Front.
Excellent. And is it small, medium, large or extra large picture?
Is large.
Large, excellent. And are you looking through your own eyes or do you see your body in the picture?
Looking through my own eyes.
Excellent. And are there any sounds that are important with this belief of, I was once 18?
Yes.
Good. What's the sound?
The laughter, the fun and the laughter that we told each other.
Excellent. Good. And that fun and laughter, is the sound coming from front, back, left, right, or up to down?
Left, right.
Excellent. And is it an internal sound or an external sound?
External.
And is it loud or is it soft?
It's loud.
And what are the feelings that are important?
Happy and enjoy.
Happy and enjoy. Excellent. And where's the location of that feeling? Is it in your head, in your chest, or in your stomach?
Oh, it's in my head.
Excellent. And is that feeling small, medium, large, or extra large?
Extra large.
Excellent. And what's the shape of that feeling?
Round.
Round. Excellent. And on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the level of intensity of that happiness and that enjoyment?
10.
10. Excellent. Good. When you're ready, open your eyes. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're at 4 minutes 47. And what I was doing there is I'm just discovering how Jesse's mind encodes a limiting belief and an old belief. And what we want to do now is we want to quickly teach the mind how to change the meaning of this limiting belief and turn it into a belief that is no longer true. So Jesse, when you're ready, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to bring back to your mind that picture of you sitting in the meeting room, not discussing anything with other people. And let me know when you've got that old picture in your mind.
Okay, yes.
Okay. Now, I want you to take that picture and I want you to change it from colour to black and white. And I want you to take that picture and I want you to push it further away into the same location of that belief of, I was once 18. And I want you to make that picture really bright. And now, how do you feel?
I feel I have stepped further away from the meeting room.
Excellent. Good. And now I want you to bring in a new sound. I want you to hear all of that fun. I want you to hear all of that laughter. And I want you to make it really loud. And just ask your unconscious mind just to lock that into place there. That fun and that laughter. Now, how do you feel?
I feel lighter and enjoying.
Excellent. And I want you to now bring in that feeling of happiness and enjoyment. And I want you to make that happiness and enjoyment move all the way up to your head. And I want you to increase the size so it's an extra large feeling of happiness and enjoyment. And increase the intensity all the way up to 10. And once you've done that, just ask your unconscious mind just to lock that into place just there. And now, how do you feel?
I feel overwhelmed with happiness and what's called problem-free, mind problem-free.
Excellent. So overwhelming happiness. What was the second one?
My mind is lighter with problem-free.
Mind is problem-free. Excellent. Now, what do you think about that old belief? What are you thinking about that old belief? You can open your eyes when you're ready. What do you think about that old belief?
I feel like it's such a small matter to me now.
Excellent. So it's a small matter to me now. And why do you feel that you've got that new belief already?
It's because that I can change that belief. It's in my mind actually. I make it like that. I always tell myself that I'm not good enough. Then I always think that I'm not. Then it's changed. It's changed.
That's changed already. Excellent. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're halfway there. 8 minutes, 15 seconds so far. And Jesse's already starting to shift this belief. Okay, excellent, Jesse. Now, the next thing is I want you to think of a belief which is absolutely true for you. Do you believe that the sun will rise tomorrow? Do you believe that the sun will rise? Would you bet all of your money, your house, your car on the belief that the sun's going to rise tomorrow?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Now, as you think about the sun rising tomorrow, do you have a picture?
Yes.
Good. I want you to hold on to that picture. Is that picture in black and white or color?
Color.
Is it near or far from you?
Far.
And is it bright or dim?
Bright.
And is it to the front, to the back, to the left, to the right, up or down from you?
To the front.
Excellent. And is it small, medium, large, or extra large in size?
Small.
And are you looking through your own eyes or can you see your body in the picture?
Through my own eyes.
Excellent. And are there any sounds important with the belief that the sun's going to rise tomorrow?
Yes.
What are the sounds?
The sounds of the wave crashing to the shore.
Excellent. Wave crashing to the shore. Excellent. And is that sound coming from the front, the back, left, right, or up or down?
Front.
Front. And is it an internal sound or an external sound?
External.
Excellent. And is it loud or is it soft?
Loud.
Loud. Excellent. And are there any feelings that are important?
Feeling comfortable and relaxed.
Comfortable and
Relaxed.
relaxed. Excellent. And that comfortable and relaxed feeling, is that in your head, your chest, or your stomach?
Is actually it's my body.
In your whole body. Excellent.
Yes.
And is it a small, medium, large, or extra large feeling?
Large.
Large. And on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the intensity of that comfortable and relaxed feeling?
10.
10. Excellent. Wonderful. So when you're ready, open your eyes for a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, let's check in. We're 10 minutes 41 into the NLP process. Now, Jesse, the belief that you started with was, I am not good enough. And that's the limiting belief. And what we have to do now is we're going to replace it with a positive, empowering belief. So the opposite of I'm not good enough is I am good enough. Is that how you want to feel?
Yes.
Do you want to feel that you are good enough?
Absolutely.
Excellent. So when you're ready, I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to bring to mind a picture of the belief of I am good enough. And let me know once you've got that picture there. I am good enough. Have you got that picture there?
Yes.
Excellent. Now, what I want you to do is that picture of I am good enough, I want you to make this picture look like the sun rising tomorrow. So I want you to make that picture color, the same colors as the sun rising tomorrow. And I want you to move that picture all the way out in front of you to the exact same location of the picture that the sun will rise tomorrow. Have you got that there?
Yes.
Excellent. And just ask your unconscious mind just to lock that picture into place right there. Now, how do you feel?
I feel happy. I'm so glad that I'm so glad.
Excellent. And now I want you to bring those sounds of the waves crashing to the shore. That sound is out in front of you. It's outside of your head and it's really loud. And just ask your unconscious mind just to lock that sound into place just there. Now, how do you feel?
Relax.
Excellent. Good. And I want you to bring that comfortable and relaxed feeling And I want you to let it spread all the way out through your body. And I want you to increase the size so it's a large, comfortable, and relaxed feeling. And I want you to increase the intensity all the way up to 10. And just ask your unconscious mind to lock that feeling into place right there. Excellent. And let me know now, how do you feel?
I feel more relaxed. I feel lighter, and I feel that I'm gaining my confidence back.
Excellent. Good. And when you're ready, Jessie, open your eyes and tell me, now what do you believe?
I believe that I believe I can do anything I want. I'm good enough to handle everything. And it's just, when I think back, it's such a small matter what I think last time. That belief is a really such small matter, very tiny matter.
Is that a better way to feel?
Yes.
Excellent. And let me ask you, why do you believe that you have this new belief? That I can do anything, that I am good enough? Why do you have this new belief? You know, we've only been here for less than 14 minutes and 25 seconds. Why do you now believe that you have this new belief?
Why do I have this new belief?
Yeah, why do you believe that you have this new belief? That I can do anything, that I am good enough?
I cannot say in words. Because I feel that when I see myself in 18, then I feel that what I have done before this, I can do everything I want. And why not now? Why do I need to suspect right now that I cannot do good enough than before? If I want to see sunrise, I can go anywhere to see sunrise. So the feeling that I can do everything back then, I can do it now back.
Excellent. Beautiful. And now I want you to take this new belief, Jessie, and I want you to go out a week into your future. You've got this belief of I can do anything. I am good enough. I can do everything that I want. What's happening 1 week from now? Having that new belief, what's happening a week into your future?
I can meet more customers, telling my customers what they can, what the solution they can have. I can talk more confidently in my meeting and without hesitation, and I can propose to my, I can help my peers on some of their projects as well.
Excellent. So a week from now, you can meet more customers, offer more solutions, you're feeling confident, there's no hesitations. And holding on to that, I want you to go a month out into your future, where every day you've been meeting new customers, offering more solutions, feeling more confidence, no hesitation. What's happening 1 month from now?
I will be receiving a lot of, I will be closing a lot of orders, receiving a few projects and handling very well without waiting decision from others.
Excellent. So a month from now, you're closing more orders. You've got new projects. You're handling yourself really well. And I want you to continue doing that all the way out to the end of the year. Towards the end of the year, you're meeting more customers, offering more solutions, more confidence, no hesitation. Closing more orders, new projects. You're handling everything confidently. And what's happening 1 year from today in your life, Jessie?
1 year from today that I have hit my target, my sales target, and I will be handing my first down payment to my new house, and I will be relaxed for the whole year because I already hit my quota.
Well done. Look at the smile on that face, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. And Jessie, there we go. Right on 17 minutes and 27 seconds. And how do you feel? How are you feeling now?
I'm feeling very happy. This is what I want.
Can you see it, ladies and gentlemen? Can you see that big smile? Can you see that happy glow? This is what happens when you start to shift your mindset. And what I did here, I'm teaching my students to do every single day. They can start to coach themselves. They can start to coach others, and they can start to have a massive impact in their community. So Jesse, now knowing that you have this belief that you are good enough, what's this going to mean for you in your future? What changes today moving forward?
It will change the way that I think, and I don't care about what others tell you. You will always have someone tell you that you are not good enough. You cannot do what people think about you. So this is what put inside my head. So now I will kick off that kind of comments and shift the feelings to myself.
Beautiful, beautiful. And these are the things that we do every single week, ladies and gentlemen, inside the accelerator. And you've been coaching others in the community already, haven't you, Jesse? And we do so much coaching every single week. So I've just opened up an opportunity for new members for the 100x DNA Accelerator. You're in my community. You've been into my live events. Anybody who's considering joining the accelerator and having coaching, what would you recommend to them, Jesse?
I would. Sorry, I suddenly distracted with other things. Can you repeat again? I'm
Absolutely.
so happy that I suddenly distracted.
Yeah, you've been in the accelerator for 5 months. You've been doing coaching. You're having your own breakthroughs, working with myself and my coaches. What would you recommend to somebody else thinking of joining the accelerator?
Yes, I would. Totally would.
Excellent.
And yeah. So we learn a lot from this accelerator group, and we will always have make time for each other to coach each other in the group, in the community.
Beautiful. And isn't it much better to do it in 17 minutes and 27 seconds than wasting your whole life trying to figure it out yourself?
Yes, it took me 20 years to hold this belief, and you can settle it for me in 20 minutes.
Up to you, ladies and gentlemen. 20 years or 20 minutes like Jesse. Jesse, I choose 20 minutes any day of the week. Thank you so much, sweetheart. We appreciate you being here, and I know that you're going to be a big success. Thank you so much. Give her a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now for those of you who have not applied for the accelerator as of yet, I want you to go ahead and fill out your applications now. We're going to take a 5-minute break and submit your applications right now for the accelerator. I'll see you back here in 5 minutes.
I am Ting Meng Chua, and I'm a trainer and a training manager. So at the moment, I am doing some research, and also I've learned some skill in timeline therapy, which I'm applying now for helping some colleagues, some friends, and so on, to help them overcome their anger and their fear and so on as well. So for the moment, my challenges is about getting more clients, help them in the sense that in their blockages, their challenges. So that's the benefit I have got from this class is actually understand myself better, and also removing some of my blockages personally. So that's where I'm starting to move forward in my life.
Hi, I'm Gerard, and I help people to grow their money. Now, I just gone through a very excellent exercise with Daniel and Nini, where I get to see the wheel of life, my wheel of life. And so such a surprising to know and understand the shape came out like an elephant, but it helps me to identify where is my lowest gap and my strongest gap. And by identifying this, it allows me to work on the weakest area of my life and turn it into such a great area by applying all the positive learnings that I have in my strongest area to create the life that I can live life on my terms.
Hi, my name is Teresa Wong. I'm a profession as a life planner. I did a navigational coaching together with Nini. At first, a bit nervous because facing about 80 students or classmates at the same time for the first time. However, through the navigational coaching and through the questions that being asked by Nini, I'm able to focus more and know what is the next step I need to take, especially for the next coming 24 hours. And I'm looking forward to increase another 130% of my sales in 3 to 6 months' time. Thank you.
Hi, I'm George Kong. My current work is business transformation. I work with a number of clients across ASEAN. Prior to attending this, this course with Daniel, I want to transition into a coach and mentor full-time. So moving from consulting to coach and mentoring. So that's my goal, attending 100x DNA with Daniel. So during this time frame with Daniel, I've learned a lot of tools, a lot of techniques. I learned a lot about myself, on how to improve myself and also become a good coach and mentor. Tools and knowledge I've gained really helped me with engaging with my clients on a day-to-day basis and also support them to improve and be successful. So it's been great experience with Daniel and I would recommend it to anyone. Thank you.
I'm Dr. Ramesh Zaidi. I'm from Johor Bahru, the southern.
Everybody wants to perform at their best. Everybody wants to have more time off. And everybody wants to make a lot more money, including...
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Wasn't that a great exercise with Jesse? Did you see how fast you can overcome a limiting belief? So go to the chat box and tell me, what's a limiting belief that you want to overcome? Go to the chat box, let me know. What is a limiting belief? What are one of those bullshit stories that you keep coming up with? What is it for you? Go to the chat box and let me know. Do you say to yourself, I'm not good enough? I'm not smart enough? I don't know enough? I'm not skilled enough? I don't know enough people. I don't have the resources. What is it that you say to yourself? Millen, I'm not good enough. Karen, I don't know enough. Excellent. Well, these limiting beliefs, they sabotage your success. And like Jessie said, she'd been holding on to that for 20 years. And whilst we have limiting beliefs, it's impossible to achieve your goals. And what's really important is that you work on those limiting beliefs so you can achieve success. So let me ask you, imagine that you're a leader. And imagine you have a team of 100 people to lead and you have to interview 2 candidates for a promotion. I want you to imagine that you have to interview 2 candidates for a promotion to leadership. Candidate number 1 has no confidence. They have no financial stability. They have poor communication skills. Candidate number 2 has confidence, has financial stability, has excellent communication skills, and is an internationally recognized coach. So you're an intelligent person. Let me ask you, who would you hire? Who would you hire and why? Tracy says number 2. Why would you hire person number 2? Why would you do that? Why would you hire person number 2? Joseph, the second person is confident. They have the skills. Karen, they don't have to train her. Millen, confident and recognized. Skilled. Excellent. Number 2, because they have the skills. Okay, excellent. Now, I want you to imagine that you're an investor and you have $1 million to invest and you've found 2 companies to invest in. Both businesses are making $10 million per year. Now, in the final stages of your due diligence process, you have to interview both CEOs. And you've got to learn about the people responsible for leading these companies. Now, when you have this interview, you have one very important question to ask. You only want to know one thing. Do you invest in yourself? So this is the question you're going to ask both CEOs. So you meet with the first CEO and you ask, do you invest in yourself? The CEO says, I don't invest in myself. Why should I? I'm the CEO. I run a $10 million business. You ask the same question to the second CEO. Do you invest in yourself? The CEO says, I do invest in myself. I have a coach. I meet with them every week. 90 days from now, I'll be a certified coach. 90 days after that, I'll be certified in public speaking. 90 days after that, I'll be a practitioner of NLP. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to become the very best version of myself. And I want to take my company to $100 million in the shortest time possible. That's CEO number 2. Now, you're an intelligent investor. Who would you not invest in? Who would you not invest in, and why? Tracy says she would not invest in number 1. Why would you not invest in number 1? Because they're stuck. Because they're incompatible. Who would you not invest in and why? Victor, number 1, has no room to improve. Helen, CEO 1, because he does not want to invest in himself in the first place. Okay. Well, who would you invest in? Who would you invest in, and why would you invest in them? So Karen would invest in person number 2. Why would you invest in person number 2? Why would you invest in person number 2? Karen, great potential. Victor, 2, huge potential. Joseph, CEO 2, because he's invested in himself and is always at his best. Excellent. Now, the point of the exercise is this. When people employ you or do business with you, they're going to be asking these exact same questions. And it's going to determine whether you get the job or not. So I encourage you to constantly invest in yourself and become the very best version of you. Now, in session number 6, you're going to discover your true public perception. You're going to identify 7 tactics for connecting with others. And you're going to develop a roadmap for smarter choices and fewer mistakes. So let's explore understanding yourself. So go to the chat box and let me know, what does self-understanding mean to you? What does self-understanding mean to you? What is your definition of self-understanding? Joseph, knowing our strengths and our weaknesses. Helen, being aware of yourself, what you need, what you want. Marissa, knowing your triggers and how to overcome them. Excellent, good. So, in your opinion, what are the benefits of self-understanding? What are the benefits of self-understanding? So if you know your strengths and weaknesses, if you're aware of yourself and what you need and what you want, if you know your triggers, what are the benefits of this? How is that a benefit for you? How does your life get better? How does your career get better? What happens to your finances? Joseph, win every obstacle coming our way. Excellent. Marissa, managing your capacity while being mindful of your energy. Rinzen, to know abnormal. First need to know normal. Excellent. Millen, perspective and knowledge of self that allows you to adapt and take action past limitations. Allows you to take advantage of opportunities. To know your path. Excellent. Well, we're going to take a deeper dive into your disc style. And now we're going to have a look at your general characteristics. Now, the purpose of this exercise is to improve your emotional intelligence. So what I want you to do now is I want you to open up to page 30 of your training system. Once you've opened up to page 30 of your training system, I then want you to turn to page number 9. I then want you to turn to page number 9 of your DISC report. We're going to use both of these in combination. And this is an opportunity for you to understand yourself. So here's what I want you to do. The purpose of this exercise is to increase your overall emotional intelligence. And I want you to read through each individual statement in the general characteristics. And I want you to ask yourself, is this statement true for you? Or is the statement false for you? And once you've read through all the statements, then you're going to add up the true and the false statements. So you with me so far? So open up to page 9 of your report, and you'll have a page that says General Characteristics. And I want you to go through each of these general characteristics one by one and determine if these are true or false for you. So I'll give you an example. This is my DISC report. I completed this at the same time as you. And on page 9, what I want you to do is to go through each of these general characteristics. So this is an example. Daniel, the responses you gave on the instrument indicate that you project an image of openness and friendliness towards others, even while maintaining self-control. Is this true or is this false? So that's true for me, so I'm going to put a T there. You also have an ability to distance yourself from others when necessary. Is that true or false? Well, that's true. This assists in helping you to be objective in situations when others may be feeling more emotional, either enthused or reticent. Yes, that's true. You have the rare ability to step back from any situation and view it unemotionally. True. So what I want you to do on your general characteristics page is to ask yourself, are each of these statements true or false? Now that's going to take you about 5 minutes. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do some self-discovery, and then we're going to discuss the results when we get back. So enjoy the self-discovery, and I'll see you back here 5 minutes from now. Okay, welcome back. How was the exercise? Go to the chat box, tell me. What was one general characteristic that stood out to you? What's one of those general characteristics that really stand out to you? What is it? What is it? What did you learn on page number 9? What's something that really stood out to you? What was one of your general characteristics? Marissa, adaptive. Excellent. Tracy, you show the ability to meet new people easily and confidently. Absolutely. Seeing you in the hot seat before, I can see you do that all the time. Clara, I'm too rigid and tend to follow the rules too much. Excellent observations. See, some of these general characteristics, we have these strengths and we don't know what they are. And as you start to learn about your strengths, then you can start to apply them. We can also have limitations, and if we don't attend to them, then they overpower us. We start to lose opportunities, and we don't even know why. What else did you learn? Go to the chat box, share in some of your learnings. Riesel, both people-oriented and detail-oriented. Wow. With equal skill and confidence. Good, that's a very rare one. Omar, being able to weigh both intuition and data. Rinzen, I am open-minded to check every new ideas. Excellent. These are the things that are so important. These are the things that make the difference in emotional intelligence. And it's very important for you to understand who you are so you can take these ideas and you can start to apply them. What else have you got there? What else did you learn? What else did you learn? Go to the chat box, let me know. What did you learn? Marissa, need to be a trailblazer, detailed and systematic. Excellent. Now, who here has a goal to become a leader? Do you? A goal to be promoted to management? Do you want to build a business for yourself? See, I was working with Emirates Airline and I had a goal to become a leader. And I applied for a leadership position and they rejected my application because I didn't have any leadership experience. Isn't that interesting? I had a goal, I applied, and then I got rejected because I didn't have experience. Now, I applied again the next year, and I got rejected again. So I knew that I had to make some changes. So I started studying coaching. I started to learn how to lead. I started to get experience, and then I applied for a leadership role. Now, because I had coaching skills, I then got accepted. I was then promoted to leadership, and I was responsible to co-lead a team of 17,000 cabin crew. 17,000. I would lead customers on crew on aircrafts worth $500 million. And what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to share these exact same strategies with you. That got me promoted and also enabled me to get new levels of responsibility. However, if you fail to acquire these skills, it can come with significant risks. Now, there's going to be 3 risks all of you are going to be facing in the future. Number 1, if you have no coaching skills, you will never get promoted to a leadership position. That's the first thing. Secondly, if you have no leadership skills, your business won't grow. And thirdly, no one will ever take the risk and come and work with you if you're not a strong leader. Now, if you want to get promoted to become a leader, if you want to have a promotion to management, if you want to build a business, then you should be applying for my 100x DNA Accelerator Program today because you told me you were committed. Remember before, I asked you, are you interested or committed? And this is the time where I'll see who's interested or only committed. If you're committed to achieving your goals, then apply for the 100x DNA Accelerator Program right now. This program provides you with the tools and the training needed to develop your leadership and coaching skills. Here's an example. One of our clients, Worthy, they're a building company. They were struggling to manage their team. But after implementing our navigational coaching program, they saw higher engagement across their teams and they started making millions of dollars every year. So who here would love to become a leader? Is that you? Would you like to have a business making millions every single year? Then, if that's you, you must apply for the Accelerator program today. So the link is in the chat box now. I will be reviewing your application. I've already got dozens and dozens and dozens of applications already. And at 5:30 p.m. today, I'll be going through and accepting and rejecting. If yours gets rejected, don't take it personally. I'm looking for the best of the best. So if you're 100% committed from going from good to great fast, then apply for the 100x DNA Accelerator today, and I will consider your application. So let's think about what you've learned today. I want you to think in terms of this. What have you learned and how much will you earn? Now, I was taught by my mentor, Brian Tracy, that when you learn something, it should have a value attached to it. Now, when you do this, you train your brain to avoid procrastination and you take action because there's an incentive. So today, I want you to get into this $1 million habit and I want you to tell me in the chat box, what did you learn and how much is that going to be worth to you this year? So I'm going to go back through what we've learned today. Your job is to go to the chat box, tell me what you've learned and how much you'll learn. Maybe you learned about your disc style and it's going to increase your sales by $100,000. Maybe you learned about other people's disc styles and that's going to be worth $1 million to you in sales. So go to the chat box, tell me what did you learn and how much will you earn? So today you learned how to discover your deactivation, your DNA activation and deactivation status. You've learned to understand your fears. You've started to see the power of NLP for accelerated results. You've also started to learn how to master the art of emotional intelligence. You're cultivating self-awareness with 6 essential skills. You also learn to master the DISC personality science. You're understanding yourself with clarity. You've also learned about breaking free of your comfort zones. You're recognizing where your fear of rejection is coming from. So don't wait for me to finish. Go to the chat box. Tell me, this is what I learned and this is how much I'll learn. You've started to learn the steps to get out of your comfort zone with ease. You're starting to uncover the root cause of your fears. You're learning about the DISC communication styles. You're developing strategies to break through limitations quickly. You've discovered your true public perception. You've learned the 7 tactics for connecting with others. And you've developed a roadmap for smarter choices and fewer mistakes. So go to the chat box. Tell me, what did you learn and how much will you earn? Tracy, I learned about my DISC style. Excellent. And I'll earn 6 figures by the end of the year. Excellent. Nassim, you've learned about DISC and you've learned about leadership. Karen, you're understanding and having awareness of yourself and how to work with others. Now, what's really important, ladies and gentlemen, you must attach a dollar figure to it. This is what I learned and this is how much I learn. If you don't attach the dollar figure to it, then you're not instructing your mind to take this and make money. Remember what I said first thing this morning? The more action you take, the more money you make. You've got to understand what did you learn and how much you'll earn. So follow the formula. It makes success so much easier. Marissa, this is an excellent one. I learned my DISC style, how to say no, how to reinforce the qualities I have, commitment and accountability to self, power of mind. I've also learned about how much I can earn, and I'll be able to earn $250,000 or more this year. Excellent. Rinzin, I learned assessment templates. It's an important for role playing. Excellent. Absolutely. 100%. What else have you learned? Go to the chat box, let me know. What have you learned? Rachel, using NLP to overcome my own barriers. Excellent. Good. What else did you learn? And how much will you earn? Excellent. Now, I've got a couple of questions here and I'll answer those. A couple of people asked me, Daniel, can you just take me back through and tell me more about the 100x DNA Accelerator program? Yes, I'm happy to do that for you. Now, in the 100x DNA Accelerator program, you're going to be learning the skills to become a certified coach so you can lead any team and coach anybody. This is an internationally recognized certification, which will give you practical tools to increase your income and build a team to achieve your goals. Alex, he's used these skills and he's now leading a team of 80 employees. In the next 2 to 3 years, he'll be expanding his business and leading over 500 employees. And we're going to show you how to do the same. One of our other students, Zayd, he had been confused about what he wanted to do for business. He learned navigational coaching and now he's impacting and coaching hundreds of people internationally in his network marketing business, which specializes in gold sales. In addition, in the 100x DNA Accelerator, you are also going to receive an influential conversations certification. This will give you the skills to become a public speaker, and it will give you the tools to impact lives globally. You'll be able to stand on the stage and master public speaking. You'll be able to get your message across clearly and precisely so that people follow your advice. Now, Danny, he learned these ideas, he applied them, and he's already standing on stage in front of thousands of people. So let me know, who here would love to become a public speaker? Would you like to be able to do that? Excellent. You'll also be learning neuro-linguistic programming. NLP is one of the most powerful tools for personal transformation. So if you want to be able to coach your family, if you want to be able to coach your friends, if you want to become a better communicator, if you want to increase your income, through NLP, you'll learn how. See, with NLP, you'll learn to eliminate bad habits. You'll develop a success mindset and you'll have the tools to help your friends and family succeed really quickly. Clients who are using these techniques have had 3 promotions in 1 year. They've doubled their incomes and they've also increased their sales by 700%. And we want the same for you. I want you to check this out. This is Virginia. Virginia learned NLP. She had confidence and she went out and made 138 million ringgits in sales. And I want the same for you when you learn NLP.
I actually, up to now, I really hit my 200% of my sales. And I'm the top sales team handling my team in the company. And I get to influence a lot of, people now. My financial results, 70 millions, closing, 23 millions, 28 millions. That is just after 3 months I attend your class. And now worth about 128 million. Yes, Daniel, thanks to you.
Would you like to learn how to make 138 million in sales? Would that change your life? Well, we're going to teach you how with NLP. Over the next 12 months, our team will guide you through 24 group sessions. Every session you will get results and you'll start to achieve your goals faster. You'll also have 24 executive coaching sessions where our team of coaches will hold you accountable so you can achieve 10 years worth of goals inside of 1 year. Boone, she's applying these techniques. She told me they're worth $30,000 to her. Agnes said she'll make an extra $10,000 per month. Mark, he said he'll earn an extra 1.5 million in contracts because of what he's learned. In addition, I'm also going to give you the business in a box. And this is what George was talking about before. Using this technology, George has been able to increase his income to $200 per hour. And I'm going to give you all the tools, I'm going to give you all the technology, and I'm going to give you lifetime access to this DISC technology. You'll be able to use this with your community. If you're building a business, you'll be able to use it with your colleagues, and you can take them from good to great. In addition, I'm going to give you an all-in-one platform with dozens of training systems so you can coach your team to become high performers. I'm also going to give to you our influencer package. So if you want to become a public figure, if you want to be seen as an industry expert, if you want to get featured on television, if you want to appear in the newspaper or on the radio, then my team is going to give you the exact copy and paste system that has enabled me to impact millions of lives globally. Just like George said before, he took the influencer package, he applied it, and instead of him going to beg people for work, Boston Consulting Group came to him because they found him on social media, they loved his content, and they said, we want to work with you. Wouldn't that be easier? People being attracted to you. And all you've got to do is copy and paste the formula, and you're going to get the exact same results. We're also going to give you real-world industry experience. Now, the number one reason why leaders fail is because they have no experience. I'm going to give you hands-on leadership experience with real people. I'll be there to coach you each step of the way so you can get to the point where you can coach millionaires and even billionaires. One of my students, Kelvin, I've already given him 100 clients where he's been paid to coach them. And if you want to become a leader, you also need experience. Also, every month, I'm going to give you hand-picked affirmations so you can retrain your brain. Now, as I mentioned, I'm only opening up this opportunity for 10 people this weekend. I'm also going to offer the first 10 people who apply and who get accepted an additional $10,000 worth of bonuses. Bonus number one is called Find Your Flow. What I'm going to be giving to you is technology that's being used by the FBI, the American government, and Fortune 500 companies. This technology enables you to rapidly increase your emotional intelligence, and I'm going to spend a whole day with you showing you how to apply it. I'm also going to train you in sales. Now, I've got clients making $600,000 and $700,000 and $800,000 every year in commissions. Imagine if you doubled or tripled your sales this year. Would that make a big difference in your life? Well, I'm going to give you the exact strategies that my clients are using to make hundreds of millions of dollars every single year. Also, as a bonus, I'm going to welcome you into my Leadership Academy. Now, Leadership Academy uses scientific systems that companies like BMW and Mercedes are using to develop their leaders. I'm going to give you access to this technology. I'm going to develop you to become a leader. So one day in the future, you can start to lead your own business, or you can start to manage these Fortune 500 companies. By applying this in my own life, I was able to take my consulting rate to $5,000 for 90 minutes of my time. So who here wants to become a leader? Is that you? Well, if you want to become a leader, you've got to have the skills to pay the bills. In addition, I'm going to pay for you and a friend to come to our live events. I'm going to cover the cost of your tickets. You're going to come to our live events, and you're going to meet other million-dollar business owners, people who are building million-dollar businesses. You're going to meet people like Jesse. You're going to meet people like George, and you're going to surround yourself with the right people, because when you hang around 5 successful people, you become the 6th. But if you spend time with 5 losers, then you become the 6th. I want to get you into a room where you can surround yourself with winners. Also, as I mentioned today, I'm willing to make an investment in you, and I'm going to personally pay for $21,500 of your coaching. And I'm doing this to show you my commitment to you. So when you add up all of this, the total value of the 100x DNA Accelerator comes to $31,500. I'll personally be paying for $21,500 of yours as an investment in you, which brings your investment down to only 10,000 Sing dollars. So for those of you, if you feel that you are the right person, firstly, you have to be 100% committed. Not these people who say, I'm committed, but they're only interested. You've got to be 100% committed. If you want to make an impact, if you're ready to unleash your income levels, then I encourage you to apply for the 100x DNA Accelerator right now. The applications are open right now. I want you to apply. And at 5:30, I'm going to review your applications. If you're accepted, me and my team are going to send you a WhatsApp message and we'll invite you for an interview tonight. And if you're accepted, we will get you set up straight away. Your training starts this Tuesday. So ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure to be here with you today. Thank you so much for enjoying this disc technology. And I know that these ideas are going to help you succeed faster. Now, tomorrow is going to be another really big day. We're going to learn so much about your personality style, your strengths. We're going to learn about your limitations so you can start to adapt to problems and challenges faster and easier. This evening, my team and I look forward to speaking with everybody who has applied for the mastermind. Dozens and dozens of people have already applied, and we look forward to speaking with you tonight. So thank you for being here, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you tomorrow. Here's the link now for the application to the 100x DNA Accelerator.
Everybody wants to.
Whoop, where are we? There we are. It's there right now. Apply now, and I look forward to speaking with you tonight. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you soon.
I am Ting Meng Chua, and I'm a trainer and training manager. So at the moment, I am